Good evening, Wastelanders, and welcome.
Hello.
Carry on.
And welcome to Fallout Cold Front, a Fallout 2D20 Modiphius campaign.
Where we make fun of our DM relentlessly.
Because we...
For what?
For things
I
that
don't
didn't
know.
happen.
That's right. Nothing happens.
At least not on camera.
Not on the record.
Nothing happens off camera. We don't exist until you watch us.
Yeah, we spawn in.
That's right. Today we'll be discussing Rene Descartes and reality as we know it, apparently.
Is this the plot of Severance?
Yeah.
Whether there's an existence of a hole in reality or not.
There's not. Anyways, debate over. This is about a group of eclectic people, some more eclectic than others, trying their best to freeze the post-apocalyptic American Midwest for its own good and for crops and for
Snowboarding.
Horticulture,
Snowboarding.
baby!
Culture.
Animal husbandry.
Got our little Ted Lasso quote
It's
in there?
not horticulture. This is agriculture. There's
Agriculture,
a difference.
baby!
Agriculture, baby. Yeah.
I do
I didn't
horticulture
watch that.
Really?
personally. I don't
That's your
have big
preference?
fields.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking agro here. You guys are going agro and agriculture.
What is
I
the
only
session number?
Good question. I believe we're on either 40 or 41.
We're gonna put it at 40 for now.
Okay. Chloe, what happened last
All right,
session?
this was the recap I sent this week in the group chat.
It was funny.
Also, if
You
I sound a
speak
little
really good.
nasally, I'm getting over being sick. So if anyone's listening, don't make fun of my voice.
You
All
got
right.
swamp gas.
She got some on, girl.
Okay. Last session's recap, as per myself. Margie gets a message. Something nuclear is happening. Classic Fallout. Hey, Jerry needs to go to the mob to tell them of Frankie's demise and see if they'd help drive off the Brotherhood siege. We pull a Scooby-Doo. Let's split up, gang. Margie, Jules, and Wold go on a submarine half-frozen in the Great Lakes. Wold steps on a landmine, but it's okay. After a bunch of crazy dice rolling, Julian manages to disable the explosives. She also meets one of her Polish friends, Sisyphus, a grumpy ghoul who unfortunately tripped and got tangled in some wires. Meanwhile, in Chicago, Jerry pulls out all the stops in his bougie outfit and talks to Barnes, telling him about Frankie. Tabs kind of just stands there. She's got her gun ready in case things go south.
Strong but silent type.
Things don't go south. They stay very north. Barnes, after some emotional immaturity, doesn't know how to handle his brother's death, processes the news and agrees to help the Enclave with the promise of a payoff. Classical mob move. Margie, down in the sub, runs into a mysterious stranger, and no, it's not Cousin Jedediah, unfortunately. After a squabble, he pulls a Darth Vader. You guessed it, she found her dad. But bad news bears, he wants to nuke all the Brotherhood-occupied territories, which would include the beloved Tato Creek, home of our lovely friend Pix. Which would include... I'm reading the same sentence. So Margie objects and smashes his computer thing. And that's where we left off. Stay tuned for our next episode.
Yep.
Right now.
Ooh, a
That's right.
cliffhanger.
Stay tuned. It's happening.
It's happening, people.
Hold
It's happening.
on much longer.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger.
So the last thing that happened
Anybody watch that?
was
Cliffhanger.
you shattering
It's like all
the terminal that your father... I'm trying to remember if he actually gave a name.
He did.
Yeah. He said, that's my alias. My real name is Sid Bostrom. Yep.
Oh
Margie
gosh. Okay.
Bostrom.
No.
Marty Shelton. Yeah. So as this terminal just sparks from your power-armored fist, literally smashing the thing, your father is just standing there, just hand on his head. Why'd you have to do this now?
You were about to use them.
Yeah. Because... How long have you been out of Cooney?
Several months.
That's what I thought. Margie, I have seen so much of this world. And how sometimes you need to compromise on things. I get it. Cooney's not a good place, but there are much worse places out there. And part of that is the Brotherhood.
I know.
Margie, you're still a kid. You haven't learned yet that sometimes in the face of evil like this, you need to have a little bit more backbone. There isn't a clean way to handle these things. We've been trying to do that for hundreds of years, and that ain't working.
That sort of thinking ends up with the people who keep their ideals. They die first. I knew someone who tried not to do anything the wrong way. He ended up dead because of the Brotherhood, because they believe what you do.
So what killed him? The Brotherhood?
Yeah,
Or his optimism?
the Brotherhood.
That's true. But if you keep heading into this world thinking you're not going to kill anyone, you're going to find a lot more friends like that dying. Over in that room is someone who thinks the same way you do. I once called him my friend. We witnessed dozens of our brothers and sisters killed by the Brotherhood. You might not be prepared to set things straight. I get it, the whole an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind thing. But not doing anything at all still makes a whole lot of blind people.
I know that too.
Really?
I might have been able to save Mom and James, but I didn't do anything. I didn't object to when they went off.
So you're learning to be more active.
Then you can also do things that you think are the right thing. You should have done nothing.
And what am I supposed to do now? To stop the Brotherhood? Send him a nice, kindly written note.
Help in a way that doesn't kill a lot of people you don't have to kill.
Margie, I've been doing that for 20 years.
Then keep doing it. Just because you're tired doesn't mean you get to kill people who don't need to die.
Brotherhood is a rat roach. They continue to take lives. I'm not afraid of killing them.
The Brotherhood is a bunch of people, and their lives matter too.
You don't get to say that there's good in people when you've been in this world for 3 months.
You don't get to say that people don't matter. You never get to say
People do matter. That's why I'm doing this.
that. The people you want to kill matter too.
They matter less than the innocents.
No, they don't.
Really.
You think there aren't people there that someone loves?
Oh, there definitely is. But you gotta draw the line somewhere.
You have to draw it a little better than just killing them all.
Well, all the lines up to this point have been inadequate, have been unhelpful. They're still there. Get out of the power armor.
Why?
Because I told you to.
Why would that matter? You haven't even
So that you
taken-
don't mess with my plans again.
You haven't even taken off your mask.
Well, you're still my daughter, but I am a little afraid of radiation, no offense. Fine. He's gonna take a few steps back. And he's gonna take the helmet off. He looks unlike the estimate that Pip made. Looks a lot worse. scars and a pockmarked face. Hasn't shaved in quite some time, and it shows, and not in a good way. In his eyes, you kind of see the tiredness that you were kind of not accrediting, but describing him as. Looks like someone who's seen a lot. You can also see he's a very angry and violent person. His eyes are bloodshot. But part of him just looks sad right now. Margie, if you keep going down this path, someone who doesn't believe the way you do is going to end up killing you.
You're probably right.
That's it? You're fine with that? Fine with just dying?
I guess so. If it means that I'm not killing people that other people love. I understand.
Everybody says that they love around here. Everybody loves something. You can't run the world with this kind of mindset. You haven't seen it, Margie.
I think it's people who don't have that mindset of people mattering that are the ones that are so quick to kill and make it impossible for everyone else. I know that sometimes people end up having to kill someone. But I don't think you should do it unless there's really no other choice.
I still have friends back in California. People I care about. Families. People that love each other. There's a very high chance of many of them dying in the Brotherhood's wake. I have tried a lot of options. None of them worked. Got any other ideas?
Right now it looks like you're trying to do a lot alone.
I had someone who was with me, and he shot me in the back of the neck. And now he's there. I would be doing it with other people if I could. But every time I do that, they end up having the same objections you do. The objections of people that are going to be very soon be corpses. Not by my hand. That's not a threat.
If there's that many people that think that way, then if we all help each other, maybe it won't end so bad.
Have you met the Brotherhood?
Yes.
Do they know you're a ghoul?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how they do things here in the Midwest, but where I'm from, they wouldn't leave you standing if they saw that.
I think if they had the option, I would be dead.
So more similar than I thought. Margie, I'm not hearing an option here. You're saying just help people and say kumbaya, right?
I'm saying protect the people that you care about.
I have spent my life trying to do that.
Then why don't you just keep doing that?
I'm not good at it. Because people still die. Things still change. This is something I can do. Could repair that terminal right there. I could change things forever. So much more than just trying my best to give someone a stim pack or saving a single person from an assault. I could go back to doing that. Probably not after the things I've done. I think I'm in too deep in this one. I've killed. Killed anybody who was in my way. I don't think I even have the option of turning back anymore.
If you're gonna keep killing anyone who's in your way, just know I'm gonna stand in your way. I'm not gonna let you repair the terminal.
What's the Brotherhood to you? Why do you care?
It's a group of people who are just trying to do what they think is right. And I might think they're wrong, but
Oh, it's Cooney. It's a group of closed-minded people that are willing to do hurtful things. You just see
Those
your
the
friends and
Enclave.
family in them, don't you?
there's a lot of those. There's more of those than there are anything else.
Well, then what's the right answer? If that's the problem. Listen, you probably tried to stay in Cooney, right? Probably tried to win him over. Tried to help him out. I tried to help him out. But what do when they won't take it?
I left to find someone who would.
So you intend to go back?
I don't think they want me back.
No. So your answer to groups like that is to just ignore them.
They had a right to make me leave.
I mean, sure, but we're talking about a very different group of closed-minded individuals right now. People that aren't content in their little valley utopia with gold coming out their ears and way too many kinds of jams. We're talking about people that say they're going to convert everybody else to their way. Or it's the highway for you. We're not talking about something isolated. We're talking about an expanding virus.
They also help people. Maybe not all the time. Maybe they hurt people too, but they've protected people against raiders.
Yeah. They do bring a certain order to the wasteland. But it's order paved in blood. And I'm tired of seeing that.
You're not tired of creating it.
Margie, I'm doing this so that people like you can live.
Except
I've made peace with the fact that I'm not going to be able to get to do this again. I'm not going to be able to help anyone after this. But I'm doing this so that there is a place for people like you to do so. If the Brotherhood weren't here, then you wouldn't have to be afraid.
they're not the only ones.
No. They're the biggest right now, though.
So if they're not there, someone else will take their place. If you just keep doing things this way, where you kill whoever's biggest, someone else is going to do the same thing.
Well, then what else do I do?
Start doing things better again. You would have more people on your side if you didn't do stuff like this.
How come the Brotherhood has people on their side? They're bigger than any other group out here, except those trained people. They kill, and yet people still flock to them. It's... People won't do what's best for them.
No,
People won't just say, wow, that's a person that actually cares. I'm going to follow him. They're going to say, no, that's the person that makes me feel safe, and might not actually care about anyone else, but that's what you got to do. Marty, I'm trying to do this for you. For people that want to flourish. You're taking an entire option of more security and just throwing it in the garbage bin. Sorry, this is America. No one says bin. They just say garbage.
I'm not willing to live because some huge amount of people died. If I have to be unhappy so that everyone else feels safe, I think that's better. I don't agree with what the Brotherhood is doing, and I want to do what I can to stop them from the bad things. As long as it's not killing everyone associated with them.
You know, I think if you and your mother and James, if they were in the Brotherhood, I might feel a little differently.
There are people like them in the Brotherhood.
Margie, I'm tired. I'm tired of turning everywhere and just facing death. Roll a persuasion check for me, please.
Interesting.
This is going to be an important one. Your mask is off,
Wait,
so no penalty.
you want to die?
Yes.
Oh.
Forgot we
Caught
had
you
that.
before you rolled this
Did
time.
you guys remove one action point because we're starting on a new game?
No, but I can also do that.
Okay.
Still one left for you.
Just checking in.
Still a piece of
Do you want
garbage.
to roll on the dice tower?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's important.
Little Vine
Here.
reference.
Do you have luck points?
I have one
Difficulty.
luck point.
Oh,
What's the difficulty?
I said hidden.
Ah, shoot.
that's good. That's good.
That's not good enough.
Really?
What do you think? I'm good at persuasion?
No, but like, okay.
You convinced
Boy.
a bloodthirsty
Charisma
mob to not kill a guy, so
You did that?
I did. I did do that.
Spare him.
Spirium?
It's the meme with the whale, remember?
I'm gonna use a luck on this one.
I'm going to go ahead and give you a luck point as well for how you have discussed things.
Is that good or really bad?
That's a 20.
Ooh. Yeah,
I'm gonna use that luck point immediately. Oh, shoot. I was like, nope.
You rolled another 20?
No, I rolled a 9, and if it had been a 6, it would have been a success.
Oh.
So I thought it was a 6 for a second, but it's
Persuasion
not.
is so low.
Do you have anything?
Yeah.
Nope.
That
That
The
was
3 is in them?
the 3 is the only thing I got, so it's one success.
One success.
Yeah.
That is correct. Ooh!
That didn't happen.
Better than nothing.
This is a figment of all of your collective imaginations.
Hole in reality.
It's a hole in reality. Didn't happen.
What? Okay.
What?
Dice rolls so bad, they're bringing down the tower.
It's not even like they were bad rolls.
No, I'm just
No.
bad at this.
Man. Marginal.
She's not a people person.
How about this?
You're
I'm
about
applying
to be
this-
too generous.
You don't
I
have
don't
to be
think
generous
so.
if you want.
Because I do think the story is more important than the stats.
But sometimes the story's interesting when you fail, too, so.
That's true. But also, was there even the remote possibility of you succeeding on this if it was a hard difficulty?
How difficult would it have to be? There was a notable possibility if it had been up to a 3. that I would have succeeded.
Yes.
I was rolling 3 dice with 2 rerolls.
That was pretty good.
How about this?
so-
I'm going to remain consistent at what the difficulty was, and I'll tell you what that is after this happens. But you have just described just encouraging your father to keep on, to not.
Keeping on. Keep calm and carry on.
Keep on keeping on.
Is that a phrase, or am I tripping?
Keep calm and carry on is like World War II something or other.
Okay.
Correct.
Also really
British
popular in like
propaganda.
2010.
Yeah.
Tumblr, Pinterest.
Inexplicably.
Anyways, you are describing essentially encouraging your father to not just do the right thing, but to endure. One could say
that's true.
survive. What would change if this was a survival check?
If it was a survival check, it would be 1. The 3 would have been 2 successes. And
How about that 8 and that 9?
they'd also be successes.
So 4 successes total
It'd be a
if this was
huge
survival?
difference. At the same time, it might be a bit of a stretch to say survival.
It is very much so a stretch. But I'll be honest, be very transparent here. I really want you to succeed because I feel like you said something really, really powerful there. And I want players to feel like, even if the dice don't say things, that the story can sometimes say things.
Could I maybe, I'll venture in and say, maybe perhaps in a similar way where there are sometimes NPCs that no matter how high we roll, they will still want to hunt us down. Like
You
dogs.
guys hate that, though. And
No.
frankly, I kind of...
Yes.
Really?
I sometimes like that.
But I mean,
I think that there are
I
some
mean,
things that
sometimes
I
it
wouldn't
makes
ever be
sense.
convinced
Sometimes,
about.
like-
That a kumbaya won't solve everything.
like the
Yeah,
one
like
guy.
I found my like estranged daughter, but we're both having a and this is not the person I was hoping they were sort
Yeah.
of moment. So it's sort of like souring his perception of her at the same time. Almost makes sense that she'd be a little less persuasive.
That's true. I think you even just being here is an argument in itself, though. That if you were anyone else, if it was any of the other party members trying to make this case down here, it would be, yeah, that's not
It
possible.
was just like, what if you didn't
I've
know?
never
It's
seen
like,
the
I don't
GM
care.
try to convince a player to succeed on a roll where the
Levi
player's
likes
like,
his
I don't think I
failures."
did. I don't think I did.
I know.
I do this to other people too sometimes. I don't think they like it. I'm like, technically, by the rules, that would be a failure, even though you pronounced it a
How about this?
success. And they're like, oh, shut up.
I'm going to just turn this on you.
Okay.
Typically, it relies on the player to suggest, hey, could I try this skill? So, I'm going to allow you to choose if you want to use survival or persuasion on this. Essentially,
Wow.
I'm asking you, do you want to succeed or fail? This is definitely a story moment here, but I think it's an important one. Not one to leave up to chance. This is, in fact, your story.
I think I'm going to choose speech.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
I appreciate the opportunity, though.
I respect that.
Yeah, as do I.
Let's go.
I don't have a hat to tip, but if I
Wait.
did. Young kid.
Yes!
Yeah. What's up, my bang?
She tipped the bird again.
That
Don't
the
flip the bird,
The
tip the
bird.
bird.
I just realized that corncob landing on
Should I crochet?
like Chav's head and then bowing at someone is like, oh my gosh, the greatest
Could be like-
compliment
The bird
anyone could
flips
have.
the
That bird would have her bridge.
All right.
If I
Sid.
had some toes.
Bird reach.
Last thing he said is, I'm tired.
Up this grandpa. That's too. Sorry.
Doesn't fit the story moment, but that was very funny.
Myself out.
Serious scene. Serious scene.
I'm about to die and you're cracking jokes.
Chloe, of course she is.
I would literally in real life.
And I have not made any difference trying that naive way. I'm sorry it had to come to this. But Get out of the power armor, Margie. He's going to draw his revolver. If you want, you can contest this if you want to draw any weapon or anything like that, if you want to attack him. Or you can just do this. He's not...
Not shooting yet.
Yeah, it's very clear he's trying to intimidate you. You're not going to be like, get out of the power armor.
Can I instead put the helmet back on?
Ooh, yes. So this will be this will be quick draw rules. So this is going to be basically an initiative check, but not technically initiating combat. So who's going to do quicker? Is he going to draw quicker, or are you going to put your helmet on quicker, or is it going to be just the same?
Come on, Marginal. Ooh.
Wow,
Is it perception
contested.
survival?
correct.
Or perception agility?
Yes,
Okay, 2 successes.
rolled an 18 and a 20.
Oh my god.
Marginal.
He's like, whoa, I didn't
He
expect
drops the
that.
gun.
She's like, "Doop." He's like, huh? Oh. I was expecting a gun or something.
You know, he did roll a 20.
He trips.
He's like, what?
Well-
And the gun just flies out.
Yes. Margie, this is a
I'm not very
trained
good at my
gunslinger. He has, pulling the curtain back a little bit, he has an agility of 10 and a small guns of 6. He is literally a gunslinger
Bro.
build. This is
So he should have succeeded right here.
absolutely should
He
have.
just didn't.
And in the countless gunfights that he's been in, he knows what a quick draw is, and he is totally expecting, as he has done, maybe even hundreds of times, you to draw a weapon. And just seeing you go for the helmet first of all things just makes him hesitate just an inch. Maybe he is getting old. But as he pulls the revolver out, something fairly common with quick draws amongst people that are not quite skilled with it happens. You hear the gun go off. And you would see essentially the bullet just rip through his armor, down through his leg.
Buddy.
I actually just heard about a guy doing this. the
No,
other day.
I've
Margie's
seen a
not gonna hurt
YouTube
you,
video
so
of
you
someone who
better
didn't
hurt
put their
yourself.
safety on and they put their gun in their holster and
Correct.
shot themselves.
So
in the
many
leg.
people thinking that they're going to be cowboys end up
Yeah.
shooting themselves in the leg,
That's why
or
you-
worse.
yeah.
Oh,
The
appendix
other leg.
carry accidental discharges or
Huh?
appendix carry.
What does that mean?
It's where you carry it in the front.
Oh.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Like
Yeah,
you
that's
just-
what I think about anytime I see someone doing that. It's
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
you can, but it better not go off.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you shouldn't mess with guns unless you know.
Sudden
what you're
accidental
doing. 100%.
appendectomy.
This is ironic though.
Finds out you have
about
appendicitis anyways.
what
Look,
you guys
it's
are talking about.
Poor Marginal Senior.
That's his name.
Marginal senior?
Okay.
Marginal
It
is my
looks
father.
to
Just
have
call me Margie.
not hit any artery. It was just a bit of a flesh wound.
Just a
But he is probably going to swear and just. What do you. He still has the gun. Maybe I'm not so good at this anymore. What's with the helmet?
What's with the gun?
I want you to take the armor off. That's what's with the gun. What's with the armor?
I'm gonna leave it on.
For what purpose? To stop me or to comply?
To stop you.
Margie.
I got this armor by sparing someone's life.
You did? You got something for sparing someone.
Technically, if he had died, I also would have gotten it.
Wait, was this blood sports?
Yes.
Betting on blood sports. My daughter.
Margie, you. You're a pacifist, and yet you were in blood sports.
Not exactly.
I guess you're gonna have to tell me that later. For now, off.
No.
All right. So because of
can
that
make me
initiative check, he is.
Not my dad.
Here's the
Not
thing:
my dad.
you are ahead of him in initiative.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to attack.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do with your turn?
Prepared action. Don't just skip.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Okay, so the minute he actually makes to attack, and I'll accept if this has to be like afterwards because I'm trying to be like, I'm not doing anything to this man unless he makes the
Yeah.
first move.
Yep.
I'm going to try to grapple him.
Okay. Sounds good.
Heck yeah.
She's gonna hug
Back to her roots.
Hug it out.
I will say that he will, at the very least, get an attack before that triggers.
Yes, that's fine.
I'm not gonna, because essentially, if he moves to attack me, then I attack him. It's just basically using your action to attack. But I see what you're going for. Okay. He's going to attempt to shoot you.
Double
Alright.
20s. Here we go. Double. Okay, 5 20s.
My armor
What?
is so powerful.
Nothing.
No, just two.
I hope he doesn't have like an anti-power
Double
armor
20s.
build.
Double 20s.
Okay.
You'll imagine.
That is a total of 4 successes.
Dang it.
What's your defense? No. Why?
One.
Okay. Yeah. That's,
Why does
He just wanted to rub it in.
He could be using a rifle with a scope on it and it would still hit. It's not a small target.
Why are all of our estranged family members trying to kill us?
Hey, my strange family members aren't trying to kill anybody.
You have the most
Thanks, Big
well-adjusted family, and that's a little sad.
Next week, your family's trying to kill you?
Cabs is like, y'all still got your families?
No.
Y'all have families.
y'all have
Jerry doesn't have family anymore.
Well, you could argue he killed his last family member.
You guys can all be adopted by my
he is
weird
going
family.
to choose to aim for center of mass. He's a perk.
He does have that perk.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know.
And that will be. Let's see. Ignoring 4 points of armor is going to be 14 points of damage
Nice.
to your torso.
Nice.
Glad you ate a muffin before this.
This is why we eat muffins.
Yes, it's Fallout. Eat muffins. Drink
That is
soda.
not a critical injury.
Really?
1 point off.
Oh!
Marginal.
There you go.
Marginal.
If he
Nice
hadn't
armor.
had anything with
Glad he
piercing,
didn't aim
it
for the
would've done
legs.
nothing.
Ugh.
She's
All right.
like, my still untreated leg. It's treated. I think it's like treated but hasn't been fixed or something. Keeps
Yeah,
going
he
back
hasn't
and
healed.
forth.
I think maybe in a one-on-one, this is not going to work out.
All right, go ahead and
We're gonna
roll to
hug it
restrain
out.
him.
Roll to restrain.
So this
Roll
is going to
to
be
restrain.
We're gonna hug
strength
it out, Julia.
unarmed.
Strength on arm.
I will
It's
say to
like,
resist, it is going to be
Margie, really?
similar to D&D. He can choose strength or dexterity, but it must be unarmed. So he cannot apply small guns or something like that to resisting it.
But I bet his guns are small. Oh, that is an 8. Okay.
1 success.
2 successes.
Okay, he is restrained.
Hug time.
Marginal.
What did you roll?
An 8 and a 5.
Nice. Okay, yeah, that'll
doing
cut
good.
it. Congratulations, he is restrained.
Hug your father.
Which means,
Hug it out. Hug it out.
Don't forget to hug your father this Father's Day.
yeah.
This has all
So,
been a weird Father's Day commercial.
It's like late December.
just curious, how are you restraining him? Is this literally just hug?
Yeah, hug with like trying to pin his arms to his sides.
Yeah, absolutely. You succeed at doing that. As you feel the bullet rip into your torso, painful, but not critically, you charge forward, not ceasing your step. And you just bring your gigantic, powered, armored arms around your father, just as he is shooting you.
He said we're gonna hug it around.
You successfully pin his arms to his side.
I love this.
It is now his turn, unless you wanted to do anything with your minor action.
But wasn't his turn to?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Shoot.
It's your turn.
Can I pick him up?
bad dads go with the bad corner.
We're going over here.
Sure.
We're
We're gonna make River meet you.
How about this? It's going to be the same check as earlier. It's going to be a contested restraint check. but if he succeeds, he's still restrained by you. So he's going to try and stay on the ground as best as he can. So go ahead and roll another restraint check.
Please.
Toes are trying to grip the ground. He's like, no.
All you got to get is one success. He rolled nil.
Come on, Margie.
One success.
That'll cut it.
Yay.
Yeah.
Whoop.
You lift him up. Margie, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Shoots his daughter. What are you doing?
I don't think we need to be here anymore. I'm just gonna start like walking away.
Where is away?
I'm gonna try to. He has his power armor on, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
I'm gonna
slim.
try to go out of the ship.
All right.
Well,
We're
you and
leaving.
I are going to be part of this. A lot sooner than we thought.
Okay.
I have to get to an elevator.
problem.
Just like
There are no elevators on submarines. There are
no,
ladders.
but there's the other thing. Oh,
The airlock?
You gotta take a ladder to get up there.
Oh.
That would be
Oh,
a
your
fairly
father.
difficult acrobatics check to succeed.
can I go to the opening in the ship?
Ah, there you go. You paid attention. I wasn't gonna tell you, but yes. Yeah. So you can go to the
This is
aft.
the weirdest way to deal with this.
This is
Yeah.
the most Margiest she's ever been. This was
No,
all.
you
Everything
can't
of
kill
Margie
everyone.
was
I
just
will.
setting up this moment.
Yep.
Alright.
All right. So as you walk forward, this is your minor action to move. Essentially, you will be. It'll be one more check to actually get you out of the ship. You walk forward. Your light is still on this helmet because it is pitch black here. That's also probably something I probably should have mentioned in that discussion with Sid, is that it was very dark. He probably would have lit a lantern or something like that. As you walk forward into the command section of the submarine, it's a large, there's essentially two rooms, one for communication, which is where you were, and one for command, which you are in now. Command is directly adjacent to the part of the ship that has flooded in. Walking into that room, there would have been a cracked door to actually walk through it. I'm not going to make you roll a check to open it, even though you've got your dad restrained. You would see both
like, kick it
handcuffed to the periscope are River and another man who looks to be in about his 60s, white hair, white mustache. They're both gagged with bandanas.
New dad?
River is just looking at you like,
Hi.
He's happy to see you.
Marty, put me down.
No.
It is now his turn. He is going to roll to escape again.
Come on, Margie.
This is
I'm
the
just imagining
silliest.
you walking in slow motion down the corridor as Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer plays in the background.
Oh man.
Just hear a gunshot and you see your captor being carried off.
One success.
What's the number?
8.
He rolled a 5.
No!
Ah.
Okay.
Well, I'm in a room with other people now, which is complicated.
I know, but it would have been funny if you got him all the way up to the surface.
Would have been very
You'd be
funny.
like, guys, this is my dad.
this is my dad. He's a little spicy.
He's a little hangry
Would
right now.
those two have heard of the gunshot go off?
Oh, they're underwater.
We're
Okay.
in a submarine underwater from them on a ship.
I know, but the ship is connected to the submarine, isn't it?
Not
Nope.
really.
Oh, it's not.
There's just like an anchor.
Okay.
Like we're at the
That is-
bottom of the ocean.
I was
or the
under the
lake.
impression the submarine
We're
was
just
like
skipping
was
landmines
like
right now.
No, it's not
anchored to
surfaced.
the-
Is he
Okay.
still
Yeah.
on his?
Yep.
Well, no, you're good.
It's
So now
actually
we're
not
just
even.
skipping him.
It's
Oh.
not half frozen. It's literally in the water.
Okay.
It has destroyed some of the ice at the top,
Oops.
which they did see
Oh,
see
yeah,
the
ice.
missile there. This is all happening rather quickly as combat does. But don't worry, we'll get to the rest of you all.
This is not the room where I wanted to lose him.
Margie, your father, using the opportunity of you noticing River and this other old guy, Holiday, is going to just snake his way out of your grasp. It is now his turn.
How much of his turn was used by that?
It's a fair question.
I'm going to say his main action.
Nice.
So he is going to take minor action to run away
Which direction?
towards the center of the room, the periscope.
Yeah.
He does not have time to attack or anything like that. But you can see him essentially directly behind River, about to point a gun at his head. He's not. Not yet. He'll be doing that on his next
Your new
turn.
boyfriend.
It's your turn.
Can I insert myself between them?
Again, that is directly where he moved, is literally like right behind River. So this is funny that this is kind of just what's happening, but to do that, it would be a strength unarmed check.
Would it be better to just grab him?
It's your choice.
Just gonna try to grab him again.
Okay. Yeah. Same check. No. Nothing. All you need is one success.
Come on, come on, come on.
2 successes.
Okay. Get
Come on.
2 points of momentum.
Come on.
Margie Bostrom, come on.
We're going.
Where? What? Ah! Okay. So you have just used your action to restrain him.
Yeah.
So to leave the ship, you are going to need to roll a. Okay, I'm sorry. This is an obstacle. So, as I mentioned, the compartment of the ship is flooded at the other side of a door that is sealed right now. There is only an airlock at the conning tower where you came in. If you open this, unless you were really, really quickly and had superhuman strength, which you are in fact in power armor, lots of water would flood in here at a very high pressure and drown River and Holiday. You could risk it. You could try. It would be I'd say, strength unarmed difficulty check to open and close this door. Probably difficulty of 4. This is hard. This is hundreds of pounds of pressure.
How are River and Holiday connected to the periscope?
Yeah, handcuffs. Just normal.
So they're connected to a metal bar or something?
Correct. Periscope is like a long, thin, reinforced steel cylinder connected to like the scope.
Would that be easy to break?
In power armor, yes.
He's
You might have to be just a little careful. There would be just a slightly expanded complication range, just to not hurt their hands. But even if you did hurt their hands, they'd be
They'd
free.
be
And
fine.
they'd probably be grateful for being free.
Yeah. So, for flavor, because I'm holding a person,
Yeah.
can I headbutt the periscope to break it?
That would be strength, unarmed, difficulty of. You're in power armor. What's your helmet? T60?
Yes.
Difficulty of 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really want to succeed at this without killing anyone.
Oh, you'll be great.
Although it is reinforced, it is maybe not the most secure place to handcuff
I'm
someone
more
to on a
reinforced
submarine.
than it is.
Yes, 100%. This is a delicate instrument.
Feel the power of
successes.
positive reinforcement.
Okay, so with 2 successes,
River's like,
you hit the periscope,
Yeah.
and just a huge chunk of it, not the entire thing because that thing does go up to the surface, it's just going to fall off. So, there's the periscope, the handles, the scope, and then the actual cylinder where all the mirrors and whatnot are. That is just going to boom, just fall to the ground, essentially allowing them to slip those handcuffs downwards. The handcuffs are still on,
Check him for.
but they now have turns.
Yes.
you can always check in for keys.
They can do that.
It is now Sid's turn. Sid is going to go, and then Holiday and River. Strength, unarmed. That is a critical success. So just 2. And that will outdo
Extra.
anything you get, unless it's a critical.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
3 successes.
3 successes will cut it. That is how you trump a critical success. Go ahead and get 1 action point back.
Yes. Hug that Sid.
Okay.
Coke.
Yeah. You're keeping your grip on him.
I got a grape. It's not a Coke.
Not Coke.
All right. It is now Holiday's turn. You would see both Holiday and River just back up towards each other and just start to try to fiddle with each other's handcuffs.
Nice.
I like that they're like, we practiced this, sort of.
It was a little weird.
But
Father-son bonding moment.
yeah, that's literally what
Did they
did.
succeed?
No, they did the exact opposite. 2 20s.
They locked
together.
They got it off and they locked it now.
What kind of Houdini?
Yes,
Guess
that is
we're
probably.
attached now.
What's that?
Guess we're attached now.
Okay, here's a question.
Get stuck.
Another story preference question for those of you still on the boat. When do you want to be finished defusing the bombs? Do you truly want to leave this to Margie, or do you think that there could be an interesting story with you intervening? It would probably just be Wold, because he's the only one with power armor.
I only think the fact that it feels like Margie is winning by just holding him, and it feels like Wold would just expedite the process. So that's my only thing. But I think Levi should make the choice, because I'm okay.
Yeah.
with it. If not, I will roll a die.
This is just the episode where Levi is the GM for a night.
I would.
Do you? All right, I'll say this.
My thing is, I feel like
feel like
if
she
I'm
needs
not
to take
worried
him all the
about-
way,
Hold on,
or-
let him speak.
if I'm not worried about casualties, this would almost be easy. Because it's like, well, what's he gonna do? Shoot me again? I have more health. But like,
And I think he does.
I'm a little worried about casualties. I'm like, what if
you
River dies?
Got it handled.
I think Margie's got this.
I think he's got it.
I agree.
I
If
think she's
everyone
winning.
Believes
I think
in
you take
Margie,
it.
then okay.
I think you
Yeah.
take it.
We
I'll
have
accept that.
faith in Margie.
Listen, even if we don't believe, she has to do it.
You're like, it's like she's about to do a spirit bomb, but it's just hug her dad,
This
and
is-
you're sending all of the like, we believe in you energy from across the universe.
How about this? I am very impressed with the strategy and the fact that this is the right time that actually hugging someone is actually working.
You can't hug a death claw. I can hug my dad.
Yes, that's correct.
I guess
Yes,
so.
you can.
He's in a jelly
That's
belt.
how I would die in Fallout.
Get
in
one
real
luck
life, is I would
point.
be
I
trying to
think
pet
this
the
is a
death
really
claws.
creative solution to this problem.
Thank
You're
you.
utilizing your character's strengths in an interesting way, and you've tried it so many times before and it hasn't worked. And this is the case where it works.
You shouldn't
No.
just hug the thing. We should just shoot
Oh,
it. She's
this
like,
one
this
for
one's
sure.
my dad.
This one for sure.
You would think it'd
I
be
like
easier
it.
to find a stock photo of
It's
someone
smart.
hugging an angry cat. There's like none.
All right. Yes. Yep.
That's so
Me
Okay.
from Chloe.
All right.
I don't think it's.
That is solid. Holiday. He's done this a lot. He's an experienced guy. He has a pretty high lockpick. He's so excited about how quickly this is going. With 2 20s, he successfully uncuffs both him and River. And then simultaneously, in just a fit of terrible luck, they are bound again. Just like, haha, I did it. And it's back. And they are now entangled. He's doing it so fast that he made a major slip. So it was like it would be a fun magic trick of, watch, I'm going to cuff these two people together in 2 seconds. What? How did that happen?
Magic.
2 20s, man.
the reverse
2
Houdini.
20s.
I have no idea what kind of mess I can get myself in underwater. in 1
Statistically,
minute.
he just made this check more difficult for River and for him to do.
Definitive
So they-
proof of the supernatural in the Fallout setting.
Come on.
Right here.
All right, it is now River's turn. He is not
Whoa,
as good
big
at this
luck.
as Holiday is.
Oh, poor guy. I'm rooting for him though.
Nah, that's
River.
nothing.
Oh, buddy.
Zilch. They are both
Little guy.
trying to pull away from each other. It is your turn again. You could also try to.
Squeeze.
You could try and pinch the handcuffs.
To break them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, there would be a
Probably
high
like
complication
going down.
range. Higher
Would I have
complication
to
range.
let go of my dad?
No, you already
like-
You
succeeded
just
on
tuck him
that.
under one arm like a football. And you're like,
Yeah, pretty much. Not tuck,
like-
but like
Yeah.
reach around his back.
Okay.
So that would be a strength check of, I would say just, honestly, it's a strength check of 1. But complication range is 17 to 20. And I will say on a complication, you will be dealing a little bit of damage to their hands.
Fewer dice.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. Just get one. And
Okay,
then that.
1 success.
Any complications?
No.
Okay, that'll cut it.
Margie.
Yeah, you reach around and it's just basic steel, probably pretty old handcuffs.
Basic steel is a type of steel.
It is.
Yeah.
Things you learn from an engineer.
That
Isn't
is
that
not
resistant
radiated.
to high
It
pressure?
happens
Pinching?
to not be radiated. It's like it doesn't have special alloying elements, and it's not like crazy high carbon or something.
There you go. So I imagine it's not that resistant.
It's probably not.
They're still, the cuffs are of course still on their hands.
They've got some pretty bracelets now.
That's right. But they are,
Fashion.
in effect, free. It is now Sid's turn. He's gonna try and escape.
All right.
But now there's 3 people.
Correct.
We didn't kill someone.
We can group hug this man.
1 success.
Oh, I
Roll
have
your
to
strength unarmed.
You got this. You got this, Margie.
Margie's gonna win.
You got this, Margie.
We believe in you.
1 success.
You keep forgetting your grape cap.
Number?
That was intentional.
You got a 2.
This is a 10.
Now don't forget, this is his action.
It's true.
Just pick him up again next turn.
Gonna just let it be. Pick him up again next turn.
Let it be, let it be.
Because
Okay.
you can't threaten them right now as easily.
Let's see.
Because they're free.
Sid is going to spend 2 of the GM pool of action points,
That's
should've
rough,
said that.
buddy.
and is going to take another action.
Yeah.
So he does wiggle.
They have a health
wiggle
pool.
free.
He
They have a
squiggles.
health pool. I have a medicine score.
He
It's
squiggles
fine.
menacingly.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to fix someone's internal organs while hugging my dad.
He's going to try to hold a gun to River's head. This is going to be a contest similar to the one that you have been doing this entire game. He's not going to shoot him, because that doesn't accomplish anything that he wants. So, roll first for River. River's going to go Dex because he's better.
Come on, River.
That is an 18 and a 20.
River.
Oh.
Bad river. Bad.
Your boy is useless.
Okay.
He's like, I can get away from this, and he sets his forehead on the gun's muzzle. He's like, now it won't go off
Sid.
because I'm blocking the gases in the gun.
Yep. That is in fact 3 successes.
And everyone else is like, River, why are you stupid?
Margie's like,
So,
he's so
What's
stupid.
his intelligence score?
I
It's
like
so
him.
Who,
beautiful.
River?
Yeah.
It's high.
Like
It's
an
enough.
orange cat.
Can
Okay.
I keep him?
He's mostly an intelligence build. A little bit of survival.
Well, he should be fine then.
Yeah.
He's a survival skill.
River is very distracted. He just wants to get the gag out, so he's just prioritizing that, and very quickly, Sid is going to come behind him and is going to be holding a gun directly to his head. He's got an arm around his neck, gun to the head. Both of you on the ground now. Okay, well, let's not lose our heads here. That's Holiday, who has taken his gag off. No, you need to hear more of it. He's Western, but sometimes they sound similar. Ma'am, I don't rightly know who you are, but thanks for setting us free.
Oh, I'm Margie.
Margie, good to meet you. Do not shake hands right now.
Would he shoot if I did shake his hand?
Non-action point
Find
generating intuition check. Perception. Perception, speech, or charisma, survival.
It's okay. I'll just turn him into an AI if he dies.
No.
Doing
This
charisma.
is,
Not the
Survival.
good solution to everything.
I got nothing.
It's
Nothing.
worked so far.
Yeah.
he might.
Wait, what does that mean?
I'm gonna nod to Holiday and not shake his hand. Hi.
I need to look something up real quick.
Alarming.
I know.
I was like, I'm not gonna use the luck point now. What if it's useful later?
I should just say. I was like, he might do that. And I was like, but if I say it, then you might think it.
Exactly.
But I forget that Spencer does all the rules.
Yeah.
And he's always prepared.
Still better to not have said it in case he didn't think of it, though. Still the right
Okay, now,
Yeah.
Conrad, you don't need to do anything terribly bad here. Frankly, you can just kill me and call it a day, right?
He doesn't.
I'm not there for something that petty. You all are getting in my way. Yes, I do rather want to kill you. You left me for dead, you moron.
No one has to kill anyone.
I'd say that's a great point there, Margie.
So far in this room, there's only one person who's been aggressive.
And he's gonna keep saying that unless you get down on the ground. And it's the power armor, too.
He's gonna end up losing if he keeps on that way.
Are you talking to Holiday?
No, I'm talking to Sid.
What do you mean? I'll ask this.
He was talking about himself in third person, and so Margie talked about him in third person too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Saying, he's like,
Oh.
yeah, unless you comply, I'm gonna be violent. She's like,
He's gonna be
you're gonna
violent.
fail at your goal.
He's gonna-
So, this is not a road to success, basically.
Mm.
I got you.
Thank you.
Listen, I'm more than happy to kill the sycophant here. And then I'll be very happy to kill you, Lester. Ooh. He's getting really mad. He normally doesn't call me by my first name.
Yeah, I don't think he is having a good day.
No, I'm not having a good day.
Plug it out.
Listen, you've got 3 seconds to get down on the ground. 1,
Would I be able to knock away his gun without it going off first?
Yeah, that'd be risky. It would be the same check. It would be. I'll say you guys are pretty close, especially considering you just freed Holiday and River from their bounds. Bonds?
Bonds.
Bonds.
So yes, you may attempt that. Complication for this range will also be 17 through 20. Any of those will shoot River.
You got
Yep.
any luck left?
I have one.
Can we have one?
Will
bottle cap
River
left?
immediately die if he gets shot?
I'm gonna keep that a mystery.
Fine then, keep your
Ha,
secrets.
no.
Like maybe if it was like an actual 20, like a ranked complications. Like if it's a 17, maybe it's like a
He
graze or a cheek shot or something in an actual.
You read my
20s,
mind. Yes, that's the
Okay.
mystery.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is what I was intending.
Thank you for
And
revealing the
He's playing
mystery.
40 chess over here.
levels of successes would also have an impact on that. So if you get 4 successes for some reason and Sid gets none, that also would affect things.
So how many do I need
You
to
have a
succeed?
break.
It's a contest.
I'm gonna have to use the grape, I think.
I think so.
Please use this dice.
This
Rolls
one-
better on like
This one wouldn't kill
softer
River.
paper, but
It's too nice for that.
Just like the nice health die.
You don't have on that. Just roll the 1 if you want.
2 successes from
No
Sid.
guarantee it'll roll well again, but you could try.
4 and an 8.
Or you could roll one of the Margie colored dice.
Rolling both Margie's dice and Jacob's lucky die.
the book dice. Book dice.
Margie.
Anything
Bad.
from 17 to 20?
Yeesh.
No.
What did he say he got?
He got 2.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's no complication.
But you just fail.
Oh. But
Yes.
can you afford to fail?
I can't
Yes,
do anything about
he
it.
won't be shot on a failure.
I couldn't do more than get
Yeah.
a crit.
Well, crit would do it though.
I know, but I'd have to use my only luck to get a crit.
Yeah,
and if I failed
that's
again,
still a bad chance.
yeah.
Fair enough.
And maybe I can fix River if he gets shot. Or not. We'll see.
So. Sid is holding River hostage. You reach out towards him, and very quickly, Sid sidesteps you, still holding the gun to River's head.
can't we be friends?
Two, three. And he is gonna fire.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming that was already my attempt to deal with that.
It is still technically your turn. I didn't ask if you wanted to do anything with your minor action.
What could I do with my minor action?
Buy an action using chaos points or whatever.
I could.
I think this is the time to do it.
Are we in agreement with the chaos?
Do you think you could beat him?
It's a strength check for him, right?
It is
Or is it agility?
agility.
He's-
But it is unarmed, always.
So he's at least 10. You are 11.
11. I could
At
beat
least.
him.
And it's
Because I'm just saying, if you choose to do this and he wins, that's 2 more action points he could use against you too.
I know, but is he just gonna kill River? Is this gonna like outright kill River?
I can't tell you that.
Probably got to dig the hole, yeah.
Yeah, I have
Just
to
know
prevent.
you're digging the hole.
I know. Okay. Well, I'm gonna buy a major action.
Okay? So that is 2 action points that I get now.
Yes.
Okay.
While you're at it, might as well buy yourself an additional cap. Or an additional die.
I keep needing to look this up, but I'm gonna keep things you can buy as chaos points as one
One
thing.
type of thing.
Yeah. Yep.
okay.
So you can't buy, action ad infinitum.
Well, I mean, you can only buy one.
Oh right.
up
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
one of each.
Yep.
Well, this makes sense with actions. Yeah.
Okay.
He
You
will
still have the
redo the
luck.
check again, though, since you are essentially trying this twice.
Yeah.
That is what action points do. Is that you
Okay.
literally act twice and do it faster.
Okay.
So he might not roll 2 successes again. That is 2 successes, 5 and 10
2 successes.
You might be able to get under
Ah.
with that one.
total. Or well,
Wait, he's
what numbers do you
re-rolling-
got?
He's re-rolling one.
Okay. Yep.
I would have failed had I not.
Thanks for
Yes!
coming.
Yes!
Okay, so that's 2 successes, a 2 and a 5.
2 and a 5. We'll cut it.
Your very last luck.
Just for the sake of flavor that I did actually say something, you do hear him say 2, 3, and you act again. How would you want to do this? Grab his gun, or
Yeah, I want to grab his gun.
that's a success. He still has hold of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very close check. You clamp down on his hand, and you can feel him just. His fingers on the trigger. Your hand's over the barrel.
I'm gonna lean in, say, "You're not going to kill anyone today. And if you do, you have to kill me first. I'm the one that's going up against you."
That was his turn. Next is Holiday. That makes 2 of us. And you would see as Holiday has picked up a rifle, one of Sid's, and essentially comes to your side. It's over, Tom. Time to throw in the towel.
Is Tom a third name?
Thomas Conrad is his alias.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
I was like, what?
I was like, huh, Sid Tom.
Layers on layers on layers.
Yeah. He
Like
just has one
onion.
alias, that's it. It's
I have
just-
a lot of
He's
names.
an onion man.
I know his real name. His real name is Tom. No, I know his real name. His real name is Sid.
you know.
We'd get into an argument about what his real name is. He goes, and just the
My name
news.
is
It's actually just Bob. The entire time.
Tom Sid.
Billy Joe Bob Daniel.
Exactly. How did you guess it?
River, I think because you have him restrained, is just going to succeed He's just gonna go back and just take the mask off. Oh, Margie, I knew you'd come through. This is great.
Hi. I'm glad to help.
Well, whew, it's good to have this phantom taken care of, though. It's been quite the problem for us. I'm gonna actually say with two people. River isn't doing anything to hold up your dad right now, but I will say with two people on him, Sid is going to refrain from anything hostile. So combat is over.
I'd like to strip him of his gun, if at all possible.
Okay, yeah, he's at this point.
She finished this.
You can see he ever so gradually relents his grip on the revolver. You can see through the red tinted goggles on his power armor helmet. He is furious. But relents his grip.
He has
And-
on rose-colored glasses, and this is still. Sorry.
No, these are sanguine colored glasses.
Oh.
You toss the gun to the side.
Clang.
Rue's gonna be like, actually, I want that.
Okay.
He's gonna go pick it up.
I gave him a present.
A present.
It's like our first date.
Aw.
Meet the parents.
Weird first date.
Well, Holiday, this is the gal I told you about. Margie, she's looking for her dad.
Oh, well,
Well, I hate to break it to you, but as far as I'm aware, I have not had any progeny, so I don't
Right.
think it must be me.
yeah.
I like
So-
Holiday.
This is my dad.
It's my dad.
Well, I'll be.
Spin image. Both powered armors.
You look so much alike.
When a T60 loves a T45 very much.
Now,
I do have T45 and T60, so.
Oh,
Now,
that's what I was looking at.
Conrad, you never told me about this. You're just a box of secrets, aren't you? He's just grumbling. You don't have him gagged. He's just doing that on purpose.
He's just, use your words, Conrad.
Yeah. Well, Miss Margie, would you mind taking his helmet off?
For what?
Unfortunately, this man is. He hunted down and kills our whole team. Well, the ones that Jorge didn't kill. There were more of us back on the shore. And I'm convinced I didn't finish them the right way. I'd like to finish the job. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Now hold on, Holiday. Did you not just hear what she's talking about? We got to be better than this. River, listen. This is one of those few times where you gotta shed a crimson iota.
I spared Jorge, and I want to spare the Brotherhood,
Oh, so Jorge's still out there?
probably.
Well,
Without power
that sounds
armor.
like a Friday problem.
Well, you shouldn't kill him.
Jorge? Or, your father?
Both?
Miss Margie, your father just tried to kill one of my friends. And he successfully killed quite a few of them.
Right. But I just had a conversation with him about why you shouldn't kill someone unless you really have to.
I think this is a really have to. This man is beyond the point of no return.
California's lovely this time of year.
He's from California. He walks this way.
She's gonna
What are
have
we
to
doing
hug
about-
both
He's
of
just
them
going
under
to
her
very
arms.
slowly and very angrily walk back.
I'm gonna hug them all. All the problems in
Your
the
Italy
world.
is great this time of year. You'll
Hear
swim
the
back.
Atlantic.
I can't stop him and then kill him for the same reason. I think there's another way.
Well, I'm all ears.
Imprison him?
She's like, there's another way, but I don't know what the other way is.
He looks at
It's one of
River.
those things that just sounds nice to say.
Do y'all have prisons around here?
The Enclave does.
The what?
I know some psychoscientists who have some.
Hold
prisons
on,
we
the
could use.
Enclave.
I know the Secretary of State.
The who?
I don't know what it is.
The what?
I don't know what it is.
Margie, the Enclave uses bioweapons. They're like, well, the people that have started so much terrible things, they're like twice as bad as the Brotherhood. And that's saying something.
I think we're trying to make sure they're not doing really bad stuff too.
Hold on, Miss Margie. I hear a we in there.
Oh,
Are you saying that you're in the Enclave?
no, I don't think they let me. I'm still a glowing one, ghoul. So
Oh,
That'll fix it.
so you're working with the Enclave and you're a ghoul? They're okay with that now?
I think so.
Everybody's gonna have to
Man,
be
this
able to
country's in a state. Well,
Policies
There's a
are
lot
changing.
of states.
Kind of overthrew them.
you were right, River. I do like
We
her.
did like an independence war.
Well,
I know they have imprisoned other people. They're kind of up against the Brotherhood right now.
can you tell me that they're not working on any, like, bioweapon or anything that we need to stop? You know, like anything that, any nuclear weapons, any mad science stuff that could jeopardize vast regions
Ghoul fertility.
of the world. We are, and he and River would say this. What's her-
no.
crap.
No, they're
What?
Boy Scouts.
What's that word?
Simultaneously?
Simultaneously. I almost
Oh, gosh.
said synchronous. The Crimson Followers. Crimson Followers. Our whole point is to stop devices like the Brotherhood just wants to take and use and destroy them, so no one else has the opportunity to.
Are you able to do that with this one pretty quick?
Well, give me about an hour. We'll see what I can do.
Just do a layer flip.
He's a hat.
Oh.
I don't know if
It's a hat tip. Sorry.
I don't know if the Enclave would want these or not, but I think it's better to make sure they don't have to worry about it.
Oh, the Enclave wants these nukes.
I don't know. But,
Well, no one deserves these nukes.
right, the Enclave knows about them.
Well, isn't it unfortunate that a terrible accident happened while we were fighting Mr. Conrad here? Mm-hmm. River, let's get to this. We're gonna go to the aft and deal with those missiles. And get back into our power armor, of course. Well, our diving suits. Do you think you can handle him?
I think so.
Well, try these on for size.
What's he got?
Here's another pair of cuffs.
Oh,
Nice.
that's gonna be.
Very helpful.
Conrad, I still kept something from our days traveling together. And now they're gonna be yours again.
Oh,
Wow.
a gift.
Yeah.
This is shedding so much light into their travels together.
This has been a rather odd day. Now the Enclave's around.
I think they have been. They're just underground.
That would make sense.
Well, not now.
Margie.
He's gonna try and turn around if you let him. I kind of had the picture that you are escorting him, and
Yeah.
he's got cuffs behind his back.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that he's not like trying to hide the fact that he's gonna try to pick his locks, and then I'll let him like turn around however much.
Yeah, he's
'Cause
not
I just
trying
don't
to-
want to be dumb.
Yeah, no, that's fair. He has.
Let me talk to you. Ho ho! Magic trick.
He does have a half decent lockpick, but you're keeping an eye on that.
Mm-hmm.
If you really are as involved as you say you are, I'm going to tell you the same thing that I told you 20 years ago. You don't owe anyone an iota. Don't do anything just because some group told you to. Set things right. If you can, I'd love for there to be a solution where the Brotherhood is gone. Maybe defeated. Frankly, I don't know if I trust that Enclave either. You don't owe them anything.
I think the mob is also getting involved.
Everyone in the room, but other than you, just.
The three biggest boogeymen in the whole like world right now, they may or may not be working in tandem with each other to figure out the state of the world for the next 50 years. It's okay, I'm like in that process, sort of.
Whew. The mob? And I thought New Vegas was bad. This whole Midwest area is just lots of bad folk running around.
Well, I think the current head of the mob is the brother of someone I know.
That's my girl, getting involved. Screw 'em up if you can.
I think they're helping.
Ah!
Disappointed.
Margie,
Dad.
we're gonna have to talk about this a little bit.
Yeah.
But later. Let's just deal with those nuclear weapons first.
Yeah, and then I have friends up on the ship.
Oh, yeah, us too.
What?
Yeah, we got one of the last members, Elizabeth. She's up there. She's watching out for us.
Elizabeth is dead.
I don't think I saw her.
Sid.
Wait, sorry. He has not been publicly identified as Sid yet.
No, that's true.
You haven't called him that.
Conrad. Margie, you're gonna have to give me one good reason not to shoot this man right now.
I won't let you.
Roll. Roll.
I'm just gonna roll my Margie dice.
Just
Because this feels like a very Margie thing to do. I'm gonna shoot him.
Spare him.
What if you didn't though?
Found out.
Have you considered not?
I got a 12 and a 4.
Before we'll cut it.
Enough people have died today. Not one more Crimson Iota.
And he and River are gonna head back into the submarine and close the door behind you.
Okay. Oh, so now I can open the thing.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to
go on a little scuba diving trip with my dad. Dad, look at the fish.
Ah.
Don't think we can swim in this.
All right. Those of you back on the ship would see a couple bubbles.
There's a whale. We're all going to die like Moby Dick.
Well, you are.
Well, this is a
the mine
lake.
is no
There's
longer
not
driven,
going
so
to be
you're
a
free to move around.
whale down there.
Wait, I just realized something. The mine deactivated. He puts his other foot down.
It's been
No, this is-
deactivated for the better part of 20
I like this
minutes.
better.
No.
What?
No. Essentially, I am saying that the disarming everything took the time of Margie down there.
I thought you said that when the missile came up, we were just finishing.
I like the idea that
I think so. I think it was all disarmed, and she's just lying on his.
I mean, to be fair, it's
fair.
And
only
he's like helping disarm
been
other stuff or something.
maybe a
And she's
few
like, I don't know why
minutes,
he's here.
Right?
Yeah, I like that.
Several
Yep.
minutes.
It's
Probably
been a
been
little
a
long
while.
down there. There's
I
been
think
a
the
lot of
conversation
talking.
you guys had about morality probably took a while.
Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
true.
He just
We were
forgot and took his foot off.
moralizing.
Yes.
Okay.
He's like, I'm gonna kill a bunch of people because it seems effective. And she's like, what if you didn't? Because that's
Like,
psychotic.
when he drops
Yeah.
something,
He's
he's
like-
like, reached in it.
All right. Okay. So those of you on the boat would see. Actually, the only way to get up is to technically walk to the shore or go up the little elevator thing. That's
I think-
the chain.
Yeah, the elevator is going to be my first choice.
If I saw
Good.
Margie, I'd
That's a way.
be happy to help her up in any way that she needs.
Yeah. So you would see Margie rise to the surface, holding onto the chain, and her dad, a figure in lightweight power armor.
Good to see you.
Hi, is the Enclave able to put someone in jail?
In jail?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Margie, right now, I don't know if you remember, but most of the Enclave is, was under siege.
I am trying to figure out a way that we don't have to kill him, but that he can't do a bunch of damage.
Who is this?
It's my dad. He was trying to blow up the entire Brotherhood
Oh,
and Tato Creek because the Brotherhood is there.
We could get him out of the power armor and handcuff him, I guess.
He's cuffed right now. His
I
power armor that he has
suppose-
right now is not strength benefiting; it's just armor.
we could bring him back to, well, back to where we were before. Put him in one of our cells back in our old facility.
Yeah.
Someone.
Why don't you just give me to the mob since they're your best friends for some reason?
That's a good idea, actually.
Do they have a prison?
Probably.
I'm sure
That was a joke.
They probably kidnap a bunch of
I'm
people.
like, no,
That's a great idea.
Archie.
But they also don't like the Brotherhood, and I don't think they'd be above nuking a bunch of people for it.
Nah.
If that's
anyone.
what's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would have to deal with that. Well,
You would see the chain start to rise again,
we got another whale.
and
Whales don't live in lakes, Wold.
two people in diving suits, 1950s looking diving
What about
suits with the
Nessie?
big bubble
Nice.
canopies, come to the surface. One of them is River. Others an older gentleman, cowboy hat in a bag, not on the top of his diving helmet.
River Thatcher, good to see you again.
And it's good to see you, Julian. Oh no! You all would see just a giant puff of water just spike through the hole created by the initial warhead that detonated to break the ice.
Well,
It is not a nuclear explosion.
I like to imagine that he's like, oh no,
Hits the
and
ground.
then the explosion
Well!
hits.
Yes, that is exactly what happens.
It was like, okay.
Well, it looks like in the fight down there, unfortunately, the Corinthian could only handle so much pressure.
You can
Glad we
drop
got
the
all
act.
out alive. And who are you, miss?
She's,
Julian Ortega.
she's the Secretary of State.
Well, I've never met nobility before.
It's not nobility.
Uh-huh. Now, you all aren't working on some world-ending device that's going to destroy the entire world as we know it now, are you?
No, we're not working on any sort of world-ending device.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Wold.
Wold.
He
Good
just
to meet
kind
you,
of
sir.
started following us.
So what kind of device are you working on? I mean, just something I noticed in the kind of tone you were talking about, being awfully specific about, no, we're not working on a world-ending device.
We can sit and talk about that. I think right now we've got a more pressing threat.
Oh, don't worry. Conrad's just defamed now. Well, mostly.
If it makes you feel any better, I wouldn't have wanted to use those nukes either.
Well,
Not that
Good
you
to
gave me the
hear
chance
there's,
to show that.
good to hear there's opinions like that in the gentry. So, about dealing with him. From what I reckon I've seen around here, there is in fact a law around these parts, albeit train themed and or band themed. Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, our justice was pith helmet themed, so
You gotta
not
take
the
what you can
strangest
get right
thing.
now.
That's right.
And if you don't want the
Margie?
landed nobility to do it, then you gotta find someone else.
There you go. Now you're taking to it. Anyways, Margie, I imagine you probably don't trust us to just go out and shoot, well, your father in the back of the head as soon as we leave. Oh, that was rhetorical. You weren't supposed to agree with me.
Oh.
That's okay. River here, you don't want to kill Conrad, do you? Well, I mean,
Strong.
he has killed my friends, but I think we gotta stick to our principles, right? That's what we were founded for. And, you know, he is her dad.
This is much better than what I had to do with my dad.
Oh.
Did you kill him?
Topic for another time. What are we doing with him?
You mentioned the Union.
Now, hold on real quick. Son, if you're gonna bring up something in conversation, it means you probably do want to talk about it. But that is a session for another time. Probably. Anyways.
You mentioned the Union.
Yeah,
Is that your strategy?
probably.
They got facilities for someone like him?
They sure do. They might try him, though. Beth she grew up around here. She was from Union territory, not a Union member. But from what I hear, they're one of the few people that prefers life sentences than to execution. And I do think Conrad is just a very, very hurt man. I think there still might be something in there of wanting to set things right. Although, if he did have a daughter he never told me about, that doesn't exactly indicate the best thing about a man's soul.
Also, a wife and another kid.
Well, I'll be. Wow. You got busy there, Conrad. When was this? Before me? Yeah.
Okay, how about I pick up him and then we walk out of here and,
Well,
Where's he going to need to go to get tried by the Union?
probably down to, what do they call it? The round table. Their capital. I don't know what they call it that. It's not night theming, though, because we already got an insane group of people that have the night theme going around. That's taken.
Hard to find a gimmick these days.
Yeah. I'll admit, shadow government is a pretty cool one.
Yeah, but we got dibs on that.
Yeah. Well, anyways, We're happy to take this ship back over to Sheboygan and begin the trek down there. Now that our long and arduous quest is over, it's good to see something positive out of it, or come out of it, though. And no one dead. That is what we were built for. Well, how did you all get here?
We flew.
You flew? I mean, I guess so. I reckon you didn't swim. Do you got a way to fly back?
We got pickup coming.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and turn this boat around, and maybe your people can come back.
I think that'd be just fine.
We'll handle Conrad. And the Crimson followers would turn this ship around. As everyone is going about their own business, don't worry, Sid is not going to try to escape. River would try and be keeping an eye on him. Maybe Julian will. You do what you want, but
Want to check in on Margie?
yeah, absolutely. Margie, what are you doing on the ship?
Probably keeping one eye on whatever's happening with her dad.
Yeah,
Just to be sure that no one's like, what if I sneakily kill him or up the edge?
She's been around Jerry long enough.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, a horrible
That
accident.
like, you're so naive, and she's like, no, I know what people will do. I'm just really trying to avoid them doing it.
River would have elected. He was thinking ahead to take the helmet off of him, just so
Yeah.
that he can't jump off because he can breathe underwater.
Yeah. That's great.
So you would see your dad just sitting kind of defeated near the engine, the aft of the ship, the boat. Sorry, he's saying big.
So I take it that wasn't the family reunion you'd planned.
I thought maybe it would go like this.
Guess he told me that all the way back in, where was it, Indy?
It was a long time ago.
What was he like? I mean, aside from the, trying to murder people part.
Tired.
There's a lot of that going around.
He also said he didn't regret killing my grandfather.
Did he say why he did it?
It was an accident. They were in an argument.
An accident that someone regrets. A mistake. That's intentional.
Yeah.
And he recognized you when you, oh, I suppose you would have had to take off your helmet. Or did you tell him?
I told him. It's not much left to recognize from when I was 2.
Pulls off
That's fair
helmet,
enough.
spitting image of a baby. Oh, you haven't changed.
So it's the name he recognized.
Yeah.
Is it better or worse to know?
I think it's better. I know he's still alive.
It sounds like solely because of you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't suppose you're gonna go see him if, if the union trial goes a certain way.
Maybe I could visit.
Listen, I think it's been catching like a bad cold in our group to have family not work out the way you planned. But if you ever need somewhere to go home to, well, whatever, whatever me and my folks find is open to you. For whatever that means.
Are you sure?
What do you
Even
mean?
though I'm kind of deadly.
Give my dad 3 months tops.
To fix ghoulification?
You haven't seen him yet when he gets obsessed about something. My entire childhood, it was 6 months of let's cure cancer and 3 months of let's make ghouls fertile again. It's
What?
oh, just a thing he's been working on. All I'm saying is, it's probably not incurable, or at least not unmitigatable. And even if it was, you've done a good job containing it. It's got out maybe once that I've known you. So yeah, I'm serious.
I appreciate that.
Well, that's all I got.
Are you doing okay?
I'm doing well enough to get the job done.
Is there
Right.
anything I can help do?
Well, if you could start by convincing your new friends that we're not some evil shadow government about to rain a never-ending blizzard on the world, that'd probably help.
I haven't told them about the blizzard yet, but I'm trying to.
Yeah, I haven't really
Trying to
figured out
help.
how to break the news.
I think they were surprised to see that you're okay with me being around. So maybe that started it.
I'm sorry that they had to be surprised about that.
I didn't know the other enclave.
And I didn't either, not through anything but stories, and I suppose, well, Gladys and Wilson, but I'm sorry that that's the reputation we built. Guess I can't really change that, but we're trying to do better.
Not everyone is.
I think we are doing better, which is why I can tell you you've got a home if you want one. If, we find one, but
Hopefully other people will take the example. Maybe even the Brotherhood. Or some of them.
I don't agree with what your father did. But the world would be a lot easier without them. I won't say none of them would change, but I'm not sure I trust them if the forum goes the way we want it to.
As long as the ones who want to change have some chance.
Guess that's all we can give them, isn't it?
It's better than blowing
just-
them out.
Can't help
Along
but
with-
think more bloodshed's gonna happen before the end of this.
I know. I know I can't stop all of it. Just want to stop the bits I can.
You did good today, Margie.
Thanks.
I'm gonna leave you to catch up with your thoughts. If you need me, I'm here.
Okay.
As Julian walks away, you hear the clunk, clunk, clunk of someone in metal shoes or a robot walking towards you.
Oh.
You would see Lythos walking towards you. Margie. And he has something very large in his hands. It looks to be some kind of scientific instrument.
Oh.
Looks almost like a giant glove.
Okay.
This is for you. And he's going to hand it to you.
Avocado. Thanks.
Sorry. That's just the vibes of her reaction. Thanks.
800,000 people live in the territory of that radius. Some of them not so good. But they are all still breathing. And I am happy to have seen it gone the way that it did. This is a material used by nuclear reactor workers. It is based off of a boronic alloy.
Oh.
It is also once capable of injecting molten salt into reactors to slow down an emergency. I forgot the name. Having no memory tends to do this.
Meltdown?
That's the one.
Hello.
What would happen if I put the memory chip of Sergeant Corporal in my thumbs?
That would be wild.
Memories of fun.
2 robots died or had a baby. It's unclear.
There is still hope for you yet. Collective you. Thank you.
I hope you're right. Do you have more stim packs?
How many do you want?
4.
Then you will have 4.
Thank you.
He gives you 4 step backs.
A reasonable request.
Thanks for the giant hunk of metal. Could I have a stim pack? Back to full health.
And he's going to walk away.
How big is this thing that he's given me?
It is something that you could wear while using power armor. So you know how your powered armor hand is already pretty big?
Oh. Okay. Do I just slap that baby on, or do I have to install it?
You can just have it's a weapon. Congratulations. You have received a legendary weapon. This is Cool Off. It is a legendary power fist. Essentially, it has stats of just a regular, ordinary power fist, which is pretty darn good. But on any check to restrain someone, you may re-roll 1d20.
Whoa, 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 let's hug this out. And they're like, I hate to see you coming.
Pat, pat, pat.
Yes.
It's okay.
That's fine.
I don't want this molten salt.
Someone's a little salty.
Oh, man.
I need Margie and her power armor to like squeeze me and decompress my entire spine.
Honestly, yeah.
Please.
Margie,
Oh,
will you
man.
crack my back?
Yeah.
Peace
right.
in the wasteland. She just needs to fix everyone's backs.
She just starts
Everyone
a
has back
chiropractic
problems.
service.
They're cranky.
Any other scenes on the icebreaker?
I think Wold's gonna go over check also.
This is where we should
He
start
kind of
with the
awkwardly
team.
tag teams in with Margie. I mean, not Margie, with Jules.
She kind of does the nod on the way back.
Just the, yeah, no.
Lethos also walks by and gives you the same nod.
Oh, now it sounds weird.
And then just the nod of like, okay, we're all tag teaming. And then he like looks at Lethos
He's
and
just
is like,
copying
wait,
you. He doesn't know how
that
to
wasn't.
behave.
He's like, wait, that was the robot.
He doesn't understand human behavior.
He goes over to Margie and just, well, that's cool.
Yep.
Margie, do I have a gimmick? I thought this was just normal, and I'm starting to realize, like, everyone's got a thing.
I don't know what's normal.
Okay. Do you think it's gimmicky to run around with dogs and,
You have a dog?
I had a bunch of dogs. Sled dogs, you know. You sleep together and you hunt and sometimes kill deer together.
You have seen dogs before, but they have been rather scraggly, furless things.
And
Except the
Hennig.
one.
And Hennig. Yeah,
She's like,
Hennig's
there's
great.
2 types of dogs in the world. Scraggly, nasty little things, and Hennig.
Don't diss on Rex from Fallout New Vegas. He's my good
Oh,
boy.
Rex.
I haven't met Rex.
I always do
Okay.
the side quest to keep the dog.
She went the
every
other
time I play
way.
the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She never went to Vegas. She would not have liked Vegas.
No.
I could only
Margie
go to
in
Vegas
Vegas.
to get the dog.
Please, can I go?
Oh no, thank. Oh,
It's the
You have
spin-off.
to pay 1,000 caps to get in here.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
fine. I don't want to go in.
where's the exit?
You actually don't have to go into Vegas to get the dog. You just go to the little town
Mick and
outside.
Ralph's. No, thank you.
We're selling stuff we're not even allowed to sell, people. Only
Oh,
at
you
Mick
shouldn't.
and Ralph's. I will shoot you, child. I'm just
That's a
not.
minor.
Whoa, we can't say that.
Kid annoys me, but the game doesn't.
In Minecraft. In
In
Minecraft.
Minecraft. No, in Fallout New Vegas.
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
All right.
Fortnite.
Okay, truth be told, I wasn't just worrying about the gimmick thing. How? So you met your dad. Sounds like he was a lot.
Yeah,
How was that?
it was okay.
Okay. Did he try to eat you?
What?
Normal question.
Did your dad try to eat you?
I'm not gonna be able to roll a deception. I'm not gonna be able to deceive you.
Just speech. There is no deception in Scar and Fallout.
Yes, he did.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So did he try and eat you?
No, he just shot me.
I mean, that's close, right?
Well, I had power armor, so it was okay.
I didn't have power armor. I feel like I made this about me. How? So, guessing that wasn't the ideal thing for him to do.
Shoot me? No.
Yeah.
Ideal Shelton family gathering is just shooting.
They're like around the kitchen table, just
Shelton shooting and killing each other? It's more likely than you might think.
How are you
Wouldn't
doing
be the
with
first
that?
time. I'm glad he's alive.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would ever see him again. But he also kind of was doing a lot, so I guess the odds were better.
Yeah. Yet, yeah, not having the parents around causes there's holes, even if they're, the worst. My dad was like, he was a bear.
Oh, like a...
Yeah,
You mean it literally, don't you?
he was just like a bear.
What's a bear?
Oh,
You've probably run into
Yeah,
things
they're-
called Yaguais down here.
it's called a Yagua. Yagua. We use
Oh.
the ancient name bear.
Oh,
Tried to eat me, my twin brother. So I broke his jaw, and then we ate him to survive.
oh,
That's not normal, right?
So
I don't- I don't know.
literal bear?
I don't know what's
He
normal.
raised by bears? Because that would explain a lot.
That didn't
You
typically-
literally flirted with a man who was raised by bears.
It was also 10 years
He
old.
also stabbed me with his claws.
In Coney, we mostly ate jam.
I hate
We have
that
mushroom jam.
You hear from the other side of the ship. No.
And alcohol.
We ate alcohol.
We consumed two things, jam and alcohol. We were so happy.
We had mushrooms. Probably tried to make alcohol at some point. And we made jam instead after a while.
You were right, you barely touched your mushroom alcohol.
That would be shroom jam.
I don't want any more mushroom alcohol.
It's good for your health. I don't think it is.
Yes. You're doing good. I think it was good. It's always good to show mercy. I don't think everyone needs to be the people who make those final decisions.
I think there's already a lot of people that do that.
Yes. Yes. So I think you did a good thing.
I hope so.
Yes. All right.
I would feel really bad if the Brotherhood killed all of Jules' family, though, after this.
Well, I think it is your duty and decision to make the best choice you can. And doing what is right does not mean that it will be easy. Oftentimes, people do the thing that feels the easiest. But does not mean it is the best thing. Living with the consequences of your actions and making the best choices that you can, no matter what happens, and understand that you made the best choice and you wanted to do the right thing. And I think that can be more important, sometimes at least.
Thanks. Guess we'll just have to make sure to keep them safe.
Yes, we will do that. We will. I do not want to lose Nick. He's a good friend. He's a weird fellow, and I love him. In a deep and masculine way. Says looking at over the Atlantic.
No homo.
You got me with that one. That's pretty good.
You want to form a relationship with my dad? He's right there.
Screw off.
Also, just to let you know, from all the things I see of your dad, he's a bit of a douche, and you dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
Doesn't always help not having a normal dad, but good to recognize.
I thought it might be a bit petty to make sure that his name didn't get said ever. And now I think I get it.
What was his name?
He doesn't go by it out here.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to interpret that, but okay. All right. We'll have to get a chance to use that glove sometime.
I think I will.
Yes. And I must hear the epic tale of how you single-handedly took down this man of violence and terror.
I hugged him.
What? And we cut to then you have the whole conversation. He gets very impressed out like after.
That would be a good location for a cut.
Yes.
What?
What?
All right.
As I'm walking past Sid,
Yeah.
You don't know his name, Sid, but
I know that. I know that.
Hey, you, Margie's dad. You've heard Conrad, though.
I'd like to crouch down and I'd like to say, I don't know a thing about you except for the fact that that girl back there is the best thing you've ever done. If she comes and visits you after your trial, I'd suggest you show her that you know that. Piece of friendly advice from one parent to another. And she's going to stand up and walk away.
Oh, Mama Jules.
He won't say anything.
Two.
All right. We will take just a very, very brief break because I want to get to the Chicago group. So we're gonna take just a 5-minute break. We'll be back in just a bit.
Yep.
We are back. So, panning from Lake Erie. Nope, Lake Michigan. Gotta know my Great Lakes and 5th grade geography.
Holmes.
Huh? What?
Holmes.
Oh, all the Great Lakes.
Huron, Ontario,
Michigan,
Michigan, Erie,
yeah.
Superior.
There you go. Holmes.
I
There you
love
go.
that they had the audacity to just name one of them Superior. They were like, this one's my favorite.
This one's kind of eerie.
Well, it's
this
really
one's in
big.
Michigan.
It's the biggest one.
This one's Superior.
Yep.
It's not the
they
highest
tried to
one
do,
though.
the biggest, and then someone was like, "That's dumb. We're
Yeah.
not calling this the biggest. We're gonna call it something else."
What is this,
And they were
Mexico?
like,
We're
"The
not going to
fat?"
call it
He's
the
like,
Big River
"We're
or
the
something.
Superior, and you're gonna shut your mouth.
What is Huron named after though?
The bird.
No,
The explorer.
no,
French
it's,
explorer, right?
no, it's the native tribe.
No,
Oh, okay.
I was totally wrong.
Makes sense.
On this episode of Can We Recollect Basic Facts About Geography?
Yep.
Pertaining
So-
to the area we're in and the area we're
Anyways,
exploring.
panning from the Great Lakes down to Chicago. The last note that we ended on up there, you had floated the idea from Barnes to the president of the mob sending someone up to the station in exchange for their support. Martin said, "Yeah, that sounds fair enough. Let me go talk to him." And I believe he asked for backup. Well, if I'm going to be going down there, don't exactly have Secret Service agents, but I'm sure you guys are more than skilled at. Perfect.
I don't know how to hold a gun.
Did you two want to come with us as well? And he's going to look at Susanna Russo, the Vault-Tec rep, and Marion. I'm so sorry. What's her last name? It's
Bowden.
C. Bowden. I was thinking cow for some reason, but that's because it rhymes with bow.
Should
Is
somebody
it also
stay
because
in
there's
the-
a cheese?
Possibly. That's Bowden.
Should somebody keep an eye on the vertibird?
Miss Russo, why don't you take care of that? Yep. It's Mrs., but okay.
She's like,
It's Ms. now,
Mrs.
I think.
It is Ms.
Oh.
But the question is she hasn't decided to just go back to her maiden name yet, so she's still going by Mrs. Anyways. All right. Let's go hear what Barnes has to propose. Do. Not a long walk down to the executive suite. You would, of course, be escorted again. Getting down there. Martin would knock on the door. Barnes would answer it. Who are you?
Barnes, this is the president of the Enclave.
Whatever states we
Good
got
save.
left.
It's good to meet you. I know you're a very, busy man and also a very steady climber in organized crime. So it's good to meet you in person. You can reach out a hand. Barnes is not going to shake it. Yeah. Frankie told you that I listened in on everything, right? No introductions here. You're the guy who was ready to kill me just in case. Got a very long memory, Mr. President. Okay. Well, then I'm not going to give any bluster, and we're just going to get right to the point then. And that is getting your help with us and Excelsior. So, let me clarify what it is you exactly want. You just want someone on board Excelsior. I think I heard Zinnia, along with a few guards. That's it? You just want admittance? I wasn't talking about admittance. I believe the words I told Fletcher here. We wanted to supervise. That's not me saying I want to give you orders. It just means we need a seat at the table. And I've thought about it. I think there's only one way you can guarantee that. How exclusive is your little club, anyways? Are you suggesting we admit her to the Enclave? Not suggesting, saying. She needs to be there for every single major decision that is made. Not necessarily to make that decision, but to be at the table. Frankly, it's going to be rather confusing if she doesn't have a, proper title. People are going to be asking questions. Who is she? Why is she here? And I have a feeling you're not going to be able to be in a good position to say, oh, she's with our benefactors in the mob. Not really going to roll off the tongue. But listen, she's human. She's from Milwaukee or whatever. She dresses fancy enough. Come on. She'd fit right in. Make her the, mayor of Chicago for all I care. Well, this is the federal government, this isn't state. What are we getting out of this? Right now we've been talking rather vaguely about you helping us. Obviously, we work to put you into this position. And I think that already has a degree of favor to it. Oh yeah, and I helped you. No. I'm helping keeping this quiet. And now you're coming to me with another offer.
Like keeping what quiet?
The Enclave. I know a lot about you all. I know about your plans. And you all are trying to keep this weather thing a secret. And in fact, I've also been supplying you information about the Brotherhood from our mole. You have come to make a new deal. Not to ask for an addendum on the first one. You're in a different situation now than you were when we made that first deal. Which means we gotta discuss a new exchange. Well, what do you all even need so we can discuss what exactly I can do to help? Obviously, I'm interested in doing anything I can to get back at the Brotherhood. Anything. So you all are surrounded, right? So what? You expect me to, get my men on snowmobiles and just skate up to you all? I'll be perfectly honest, strategy isn't exactly my forte. I'm more of an espionage kind of guy.
I mean, the closest I could figure from what I had heard is you all would try to take pressure off of the siege up there by attacking the Brotherhood in other locations. And in addition to that, if we could get the... what are they called? What are the Hot Wheel guys called again?
Pit crew. The pit crew.
Hot Wheel guys.
The pit crew might be able to help with transportation to the north.
We changed to the Hot Wheel guys.
Pit crew's not one of us.
I know, but
We can hire them. That'll be easy. That's not a bad idea. Think of them like fancy couriers or burglars. They'd be good at getting your people out, but I guess that would mean that your little fancy space station is in Brotherhood hands.
I was suggesting we use them to transport some of your men to the north to break the siege after we draw some of them away with attacks elsewhere.
Listen, we're the mob. We have control in every major faction in the Midwest. But we're not toy soldiers. If we kill a man, it is in an alley at night with a knife that is perfectly gotten rid of after the deed is done. We don't charge head first into battle.
What do you bring to the table to help?
That distraction. Right now, the biggest threat is, from what I've heard, the threat of reinforcements. I can absolutely get them to turn around. Frankly, I think I could start a war. Not with me, but with the rest of the Midwest.
So, in a sense, get all the other factions to go to war with the Brotherhood.
Easy. I'd say. Stage a false flag against the Union. Make them think the Brotherhood is attacking them. Trust me, I could make it rather convincing. Get the biggest faction in here to stop focusing on us for 1 minute. Pick a fight with the Enclave. With the Brotherhood instead. They've got more men than anyone else.
Could we guarantee no casualties on the Union?
No. This is a false flag attack, not a false flag insult.
Well, it's the President's decision.
How would you do this? If you just dressed up in power armor and attacked the Union, they'd know it would be fake. Well, we know things about the Union that the Brotherhood would be concerned about. They're working on a chemical weapons project out near Indy. Some kind of acidic gas made specifically for dealing with people in power armor. I'm sure they've got deniability and they could say, oh, there are raiders with power armor, but we know what they really intend that for. It's a precaution. If the Brotherhood knew about that, they'd act.
So, not a false flag, you're trying to provoke the Brotherhood into actually attacking.
Well, that's the question. If we just leaked to the Brotherhood that the Union has this weapon, I have a feeling that they would say that's a threat but not the priority right now. If we got the Union to attack the Brotherhood, thinking that the Brotherhood was prioritizing them, that matters. If we say stage that false flag attack and try to steal some of that gas, shut down the program, maybe drop a few warning leaflets along the way like the Brotherhood likes to do, then they're going to say, the Brotherhood has acted against us, they know about what we're doing. It's time to abandon that little compromise that they made. Alternatively, much more simple, we can start bombing the Brotherhood. Small things. Things to disrupt supply lines. Things to get soldiers back here. That, along with this possible false flag, would be certainly enough to get them to turn around. Hiring the pit crew is not a problem, but... Well, you know... There is a group that might be interested in being foot soldiers. Awfully keen on impressing us right now. Bunch of German fellows. The only problem is, I don't want this looking like it's directly tied to me. You all could hire them. But I'm just sharing their contact information. You guys got the caps, right?
Sure.
Good. Well, there's a couple hundred of them. Probably good for any charges of the Light Brigade or anything you want. Hire them with a pit crew. You got yourself a decent army there.
What do you think, sir? He's going to ask the President.
The false flag is convoluted. There's a lot of ways that could fail. And as Dr. Fletcher was pointing out, we have no problem with the Union right now, and we want to get them on our side. If this goes wrong, then we guarantee that they're not on our side.
Could we instead, could we hire some third-party, second-rate thieves to try to infiltrate and steal stuff from that facility and make those thieves think that they're being hired by the Brotherhood? And then on top of that, just feed them some information that, Basically, tell them that we want them to gather intel for an imminent attack from the Brotherhood. And then, of course, make sure that they get caught. The Union gets the information that they want. Don't pick any reliable spies or thieves or anything, or anyone that wouldn't break for a few caps.
That
That
could
worked.
work, but it's unlike the Brotherhood has ever done before. They've, well, as you've seen, they rather like talking and being forward about what their demands are.
Could we send a demand under the guise of the Brotherhood to that facility to surrender?
Well,
I know these are all, I'm just spitballing here.
no. I'm here for it. That's not a bad idea, but they have enough relations already with the Brotherhood that they would double check the message most likely, and the Brotherhood would vehemently deny it. It's worth a shot, I think, leaking this to the Brotherhood.
Is there, I know the Brotherhood probably has their own internal politics going on, and who's in charge of the siege up north? And if it's a different person from, say, who's in charge of the airship down here, if we leak it to the person in charge of the airship here without leaking it up north, it can provide some motivation maybe for them to act on their own, you know, not let the other rival have all the glory, if there's any such rivalries in the Brotherhood.
That's actually Barnes would comment on this. That's not a bad idea. There is intense factional difference in the Brotherhood. The guy they got up north is old timer. He was Brotherhood before they were a big deal. He's a Skella.
Before they were cool.
The crew they got with the airship here is actually a big traveling band of the Brotherhood. They used to be up in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts before this.
Can you give them word, but also let them know an attack like that would be a very quick and easy thing to deal with? It wouldn't take long or take many resources to go and take that out before they head north to reinforce like they were planning.
Well, sorry, let's be the president. Well, what if they just ask the Union about it? They say, we heard a source say there's something at this facility in Indianapolis. Can we take a look? That would be a violation of the compromise that they have bridged. And I guess that's the risk, is would they act first, ask questions later?
We could also feed some false information to the Brotherhood that the Union is imminently planning to share this with the Enclave. Just give the Brotherhood
Bad
more
idea.
reason to get involved.
Barnes, you said that the airship is not from around here, right? Yeah. They probably don't abide by the same rules as the Brotherhood around here does. In other words, they're not the people that have diplomatic relations. They're not the people that give coordinated warnings before attacking. I've read a little bit about their work up there, and they don't drop leaflets. They just attack. I think leaking that information to them might be a good idea. They would skip the whole diplomatic process and possibly go straight into a strike.
And if they're rivals with those up north, they might not want to give them a chance to say no and halt this glorious expedition. If we make it seem like a big enough prize that can be easily obtained.
That could work. I like it. Only problem is that's not the reinforcement group that's coming here. That's
Starting a war, though, would definitely draw resources off. It might not help immediately, but
a good point.
if they suddenly have to ship reinforcements out to help those that airship out, otherwise they lose all their holdings in Tato Creek and elsewhere.
What on earth is Tato Creek? I've never heard of this place in my life.
Well, little towns that the Brotherhood just goes to.
Oh. Wow. Fair. Well, I mean, that sounds like a fine idea. Barnes, you still have you have the militia in your pocket, right? No. Unfortunately, our hand in controlling them is gone. Do you have any ideas for dragging them into this conflict? I mean, arguably they'd be more hostile towards the Brotherhood than the Union would even be.
Do they have good relations with the Union?
Those are tenuous. No, neutral's the word I'm looking for. The militia's attention is focused on us right now. The mob. We had one of theirs captured. Should have just killed her. But she's escaped, and now they know that we were holding her hostage. That's gonna be their top priority, is dealing with us. But that's something I can handle on my own. Although, you getting them off my back would certainly be appreciated. Well, I can't think of any false flag to stage on them, nor would I recommend anything like that. Militia might be a group that we could win over with just pure diplomacy. Tell them what the Brotherhood is doing, and remind them of what the Brotherhood has done to them in the past. I've studied my regional history well. The whole Boltberg fiasco was a big deal. Actually, Jerry, you probably know about that. Very similar to the ARB. There was a situation about maybe 10 years ago where they did the same thing. Where the militia told them to back off, to not burn this town to the ground, and the Brotherhood said, no, did it anyways, and the militia didn't attack. So they're still kind of sour that they let that go. Mm-hmm. But they don't feel like they can necessarily take on the Brotherhood.
Well, if the Union gets involved, we might be able to pressure the militia to get involved. And if they're involved against the Brotherhood because they don't feel like they're alone, then they'll probably take a lot of their attention off of you.
Right. Yeah. I think making a nice big doggy pile on the Brotherhood is not the worst idea. Everyone will want a piece of the pie. All right. Well, I have a contact in the Brotherhood. I'll see if he can try leaking that to that airship. If I've got your word that Zinnia's gonna have a nice, fancy title. Tabs, what do you think?
I'm with Jerry.
Jerry, what do you think?
How does ambassador from the Free City of Chicago sound?
Would you include an ambassador on every major decision made on Excelsior?
I don't know. Would you, Mr. President?
Probably not. Ambassadors tend to be away.
Passing the buck here.
What about this?
Do we have a secretary of the weather?
That was just about exactly what I was going to recommend. We'll call it,
The Department of Weather Forecasting.
right. We'll call it regional development. Put it a spin on the weather thing that we're doing. I'm not going to put it on the nose as Department of Meteorology, mainly because Zinnia probably knows nothing about meteorology. Mm-hmm. What do space rocks have to do with this? Case in point. But Secretary of Regional Development. It's a vague enough title, but I mean,
It's
you said it
formal.
yourself. The mob has control in a lot of this region. To be perfectly honest, she might even have some good input on dealing with the different factions. I'm happy to give that title to her. but I don't want to just trade for one simple leak. I'd like you to give us the funds to hire the pit crew and, you said Germans?
The Doppel soldiers.
Yeah, that's what they're called. The Doppel soldiers. That way it's very clearly us, but, well, we're trying to keep our reserves tight right now, and we are in fact in the middle of a siege, so I didn't bring a giant briefcase full of caps with me. Done. I can do that. But that's all you're getting. All right. Well, Mr. Franklin, I look forward to our continued business together. This is exactly why I was very easily persuaded to not kill you, as you heard. My viewpoint has changed a lot since then, and I think that you are an important player here. And trust me, I don't flatter. Well, we'll see if you can get your Space Needle up there. I'm giving you a bonus. I'm gonna see a little bit about sending some bombs to the Crucible. That'll do for free. Just as long as your name and our name isn't attached to it. You're welcome to pick a fight with them if you want. But if you break and you sever connection, of course you know what we'll have to do. Yeah. How do you think I got here? Well, I guess that's that. Jerry, Tabitha, Marion, do you have anything to input? What? Who is she? Oh, I'm just here to watch. Nothing more. Just a bit of a wallflower. Fine, I don't care. Get out of here. All right. So leaving the executive suite.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Jerry should be
that.
the Secretary of State.
Oh, that went well.
He's like, all right.
That's
I'll
just
take it.
because you were here.
Jerry, thanks for the input back there.
with
I do appreciate it. Obviously, things are a little sticky in this sort of situation, and it's good to have someone to bounce off ideas and to hear better ones from.
Thank you, sir.
Huh. No, you don't need to call me that. You're not in the Enclave. Unless you wanted to be.
I don't know.
Okay. Maybe we could make you the weather guy. Do you know anything about meteorology?
I'm more of a biochemist.
Nah. We already have one of those. Ugh, he's my father-in-law. Anyways.
A little too sane for my taste.
Yeah, I'd say so.
That's sad.
All right. Well, let's hope the Great Lakes crew is doing okay. And at about this time, well, here's the thing. Would you rather have a radio conversation, or would you rather them just be here?
Let's just get him here.
Okay, let's get him here.
Uppies?
Do not call a VTOL aircraft puppies.
That's pretty funny.
As the helicopter comes down.
Jules is like, don't, no, you can't.
Don't
Okay.
call it that.
Don't say that. We're like, uppies?
Have some restraint.
Those of you on the boat would see the vertebrate approaching and start to lower. Oh boy! Actually, at about this point, you would have landed at Galanumper Coast Guard base, so they can just land. No need for making you guys roll athletics checks to see if you can climb up a rope. And they would land. Congratulations! You're all here together.
I think to toss one of the mines to Marion when she gets off of the helicopter. To not at.
Ooh.
Why are we playing with explosives?
You would not believe the amount of these I've had to.
I stepped on
I
a
know, that was the one
mine.
time
What?
we needed Jerry's explosives.
Excuse me,
We should've all
you
just
didn't
switched.
include me on the explosives mission?
We didn't know it was going to be an explosives mission.
Oh,
Except the
Missed out.
nukes.
Next time, cut the flower metaphors.
That's correct.
Did you guys help whoever
we're
it was?
perfectly capable.
Did you guys help whoever it was you needed to help?
Sisyphus is fine.
Yes.
Okay. Good job.
I would have talked with her about the whole situation, by the way.
Yeah. Did you want to roleplay
No.
getting her vote?
No.
Okay.
We've had the same conversation so many times.
Okay, alright. Congratulations, you've got her vote.
Yay.
She appreciates the help.
You've
But
got
not too
my
much.
vote.
So,
And this random plant that I can't take
Do we
care of
see-
when I'm walking around here.
Sid, not Sid.
Yeah, essentially
call him
everyone
that,
would be
call
gathered at the
him.
landing pad. So you would see the two Crimson followers who you haven't met. You've met River. This Sid guy. Lythos is not here. Not that you
We
knew
got
anyone
another
was here.
prisoner.
Yes. He's Timmy. I think. Yeah, close enough.
Timmy.
That's
Timmy.
not my name.
What did he do and why are we taking him with us?
He's my dad. He was gonna kill like 800,000 people, I think.
You
Ah.
found your dad, and you're gonna kill 800,000.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Bad dads.
Why do all of you have crazy family members? I don't understand what's in the air.
It's
Pretty
the
sure it's
wasteland.
contagious.
I can't believe, like, Nick is.
So, what are we doing with him?
Well, I was reckoning we would just take him over to the Union. Have him tried there.
The Union.
You got a better suggestion there, Doc? You're, wait, I don't know if you have a lab coat on. That's the only reason you would
No,
made
he's
that
wearing
comment.
his suit right now.
Okay.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
Another member of the aristocracy has arrived.
Whoa!
You got any better ideas?
Nope.
Okay.
How was your side of the mission? Have you got help?
Yes. We need to go pay a visit to the Doppel soldiers again.
Those morons?
Yes, but they're also bodies that we can use.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I wasn't aware that these people were just cannon fodder. He pitched them like good soldiers. Do you think they can fight?
I mean, they held us up when we first met them, so probably.
That was not difficult
I was not there.
when we first met.
They've got very high taste in beer.
Beer. Oh, yeah.
We can go inspect them. At least we have the caps to spend on it.
Wait, they held you hostage. Does that mean they're going to hold any grudges?
I don't think so.
No, they know you're affiliate. Frankie was affiliated with the mob. I think they'd be rather reluctant to get in our way again.
Yeah.
Unless we pulled the Enclave card.
Don't think we need to. Think association with the mob will do well enough.
And regardless, if they hear several hundred soldiers are coming their way, it's bound to do something.
Do they believe that you're in the mob anymore? Frankie's gone, as you said.
I think we could reasonably sell that we've got connections, even if Frankie's no longer with us.
It's Piss Beer Plan 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
2 piss, 2 beer.
So, piggybacking off of what Wold did to fix his dad's situation, you could turn Margie's dad into beer.
I mean, Margie did
Bear.
canonically piss her pants.
Bear dad,
Also-
beer dad.
Margie
You're not
did
making
her
canonically
beer.
piss her pants on the vertebrate,
Jesus
so like
Christ.
she could feed our supplier.
Listen, they were holding us for ransom for money. I think they'll work for us for caps.
So that's your
And
plan?
they're not just going to try to steal the caps from you.
I don't think so.
Does,
They're afraid of the mob. If we
Does-
tell them,
does Wold
Barnes
know
sent
about
us.
these guys?
Well, I mean, I guess that's true. But remember, Barnes didn't want his name attached to this. He's giving us the funding. Gave us the funding.
Did he give you more than just the Doppel soldiers?
Big crew.
We already have them.
We did?
I could have probably just got Horace to help. Yeah.
Well,
We could save the caps then.
I'm sure those could come in use.
We can at least go and see the Doppel soldiers,
Right.
inspect them, and
I mean,
see
any
if they're
help's
worth
better than
hiring.
no help. Don't get me wrong. I just
Right.
the Doppel soldiers and the pit crew don't make a.
Oh,
Don't
we're
make a
also
complete solution.
we're also starting a war with the Union.
We're what?
Not us,
Not us,
starting
the-
a war with the
We're
Secretary of State, catch me up here.
The Union has worked on a top secret chemical weapons program near Indianapolis.
effective against armored soldiers.
According to the mob, of course. But essentially, it's a trump card they're keeping just in case a war happens with the Brotherhood.
Smart.
But that kind of trump card is the very thing that the Brotherhood hates. The kind of technology they don't want in anyone's hands. So, Jerry had the idea of leaking that information to the new airship that has entered here. The one that doesn't probably abide by Midwest Brotherhood rules. Essentially divert them to investigate this and to attack without warning. That's how they work.
So we get the Union on our sides. The pit crew, Doppel soldiers.
And then along with the Union, we could probably diplomatically negotiate with the Ohio State Militia to also join in on the dog pile.
I mean, get the local raiders in on it, and you've got half of the Midwest right there.
Additionally, something I didn't reveal to Barnes is the fact that you've revealed this to Martin, that you were the one, that Polis was the one to pull the to rescue the marshal's daughter, right? I believe that was a conversation that happened.
It would have, even if it didn't happen on screen.
Yep. Polis has some influence over the militia. It's risky playing both sides, but you can tell the militia that you were behind that operation.
Sure.
Just as long as the mob doesn't find out that you were a part of it, of course.
I think we can play our cards close enough to our chest. I've got the information ready. I can call the vote from Polis whenever we want it.
Good. Oh, the sooner the merrier, I guess. But, I wish there was more of a guarantee that this Union plan would work.
Suppose the worst that could happen is causes a bit of a political scandal.
That's true.
If it doesn't work, we'll all be dead anyway, so.
We're not taking that chance.
Well, I mean, regardless, if, everything up at Excelsior falls, that's the end of the Enclave.
I'm not going to let it get that
Not
far.
true. We're leaving Excelsior Falls.
Is
We're
the
prepared to walk away if
So-
it's
Is the
required.
Brotherhood gonna allow that?
No, but we can pull that one off. It's one thing to hold it, it's another thing to escape altogether. The Brotherhood has no way of escape either. The only reason we're surrounded right now is because we don't want to leave.
Well, we have nothing to lose then,
I
if the Union plan falls through.
we could also I mean, I don't know if we could do this, but if we're pulling a whole dog pile on these big guys that run the show, the Brotherhood, could we not just contact the Union and say, we want in?
They've got
They're
a deal with the
friends.
Brotherhood right now.
Hmm, okay.
Working relationship.
Correct. The Brotherhood manages some security of
Okay.
the Union. And the Union has freely built rail lines through Brotherhood territory. They've helped a lot with logistics. They like the idea of technological development that isn't just weaponry. They're fine with trains, I guess.
Anything that conceivably could be used as a weapon, even if that's not the purpose, on the other hand.
Correct. Which includes gas.
What did Barnes want?
Good question. Well, guess it's going to be one of my official executive orders. We're opening a new position in the Enclave.
You're not letting Barnes Franklin into the Enclave.
No! Oh, of course not. He's the public face of the mob. He wanted the private face of the mob to take that position. Zinnia.
And you said yes?
It's a problem we can deal with later, once the bigger problem is dealt with. There wasn't really an alternative.
And how are we planning on dealing with that when the time comes?
You can always pull another switcheroo.
Just going to let the mob waltz around Excelsior?
We're not
one
letting.
person.
It's one person, and it's a problem in the future.
And we've seen how much one person can do. You saw Courtland.
We saw Courtland
Doesn't
because we
take more
thought
than
that
one
we
person
could
to-
trust him. We know that we can't trust Zinnia. We are not going in blind. We are going to make sure that stays in the sky.
Trust me, as someone who managed a coup, I'll be able to spot one brewing. She's not going to be able to convince any of us.
If we keep
To
her
not be on our
politically
side.
isolated from the rest of the cabinet members.
And even then, coup's not the threat here. You're right. Sabotage is what we have to be concerned about. But
Barnes
she might have her
doesn't-
guards there, but we'll have guards on her, of course.
And this isn't all going to take place until after the Brotherhood is dealt with.
But what's his angle? I mean, he clearly doesn't just want her to go
He
play
doesn't
dress up as a
trust
part of
us.
the cabinet.
According to what he said, take that with a grain of salt. He wants supervision to keep us in check. He bugged Frankie's suit, so he heard that the president had suggested we kill Barnes.
And he's holding that against you?
I mean, it's a reasonable reason.
It's a reasonable move on your part. I would think a pragmatist
Don't-
like him would understand that.
I mean, we also have the leverage over Barnes to use in the future that we know how he got into power. And if that
Correct.
were to leak to the rest of the mob, and we were to bring a certain man back from California, that could cause problems for him.
That's true.
So what's his angle? He knows he's disadvantaged.
I mean, there is the whole someone's at fault for you know what that's happened to you know who, and he maybe wants to kick back a little bit. I'm not saying that's only it, but he did offer to fire some missiles as a bonus. I think he's up for blood.
You weren't there. That was in Chicago.
Did we have a talk? Like,
No, we didn't talk about the bombing.
I think this is the talk.
Right. Correct. We're having the talk right now.
Okay, well, all right. Wool doesn't know any of
Wolf's like, I
that.
had a
Yep.
vision. Wait.
Sorry about that.
A dream vision.
How'd you know?
My power armor, it
Listen.
just has surveillance.
He doesn't trust us, but not in the I wanted to kill him at one point kind of way. He doesn't trust us to keep mistakes like missing Cortland from happening. He is not going to make a move to take over Excelsior. He cannot manage something as complex as that. I think he knows where his power is, and that is in influence, and that is the most that Zinnia can do. Courtland was a Brotherhood operative. Zinnia, she's a diplomat, right? She's not an enforcer even. She's a deal maker. She's a spy. And she will be spying on us. And that is something I can deal with.
Are you prepared for for the mob to know everything that's going on in the Enclave? Just like that?
Julian, we programmed a cat with microphones. I think I can keep
That's
some
because
secrets
Dad
from the
got
mob.
bored. Martin.
Example.
Okay, let's
Yeah. On his board day, he did that.
we're all very stressed out here. We've made a decision.
No, Jerry, we're not all stressed out right now.
Jules, shut up for once.
Oh,
Who even asked you?
Um,
What stake do you have in any of this?
in any of what, Jules?
In any of what's going on right now. I don't see anyone you care about on the line.
The person I cared about was already gone.
Yeah, he is, and so where does that leave you?
Kind of pissed off right now.
Makes two of us.
So don't get in my way.
Your way.
Yep. We're gonna deal with the Brotherhood, and then we'll worry about the rest later.
Fine.
You could always get Xenia distracted with some romantic interest and then have him feed her false information.
Or even not romantic interest.
What?
Could find an ally.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
Margie,
Someone left me out for Margie.
not entirely.
I missed what you said. What did you say?
She was just like, you could always get her distracted with a romantic interest and have him feed her false information.
Wilson? Zinnia? Okay.
Oh no.
She's in love with someone else.
But she thinks
Money.
he's dead.
What?
But she thinks he's dead.
Uh-huh.
Who's dead?
Zinnia's...
Who's
Nelson was holding this whole thing over Zinnia's head where she used to be in love with a guy and she thought he died, but Nelson knew that he didn't die and he's still out there and Zinnia doesn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
We could hold him hostage.
It was from Nelson's Black Book, which I believe Frankie shared with the rest of you all.
I probably just didn't pay attention.
It was a while ago.
Yeah,
it was a
a
small
I also don't
detail.
remember what I did yesterday. So.
Correct.
My parents are fighting. I need to suggest that we get a seduction plot.
All right, what's our next move?
You said it. Go check out the Doppel soldiers.
What about the Polis vote? Says Marion.
I can get that going on the way.
Got a speech ready?
We'll write one.
Do you
It's
think
fine.
I'm going to need to give a speech? I was hoping the information I've compiled would be enough.
Gotta put a little bit of dressing on it, I think, but that's why I'm here. Sisyphus, are you much of a talker? No. I thought so. Well, we'll still crank something out.
Got any strings you want to pull first?
Well, you should know by now that I constantly pull them. And I'll do what I can.
Then I'll come up with a speech.
We can always talk about Frankie. He mattered to both of you all, right? Now, psychologists agree that the stages of grief is a arbitrary system that definitely has some problems in it, like most things. But anger is a very, very easy one.
I'm not angry about Frankie.
Yes, you're angry about your family being in danger again.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
This is not the time for this kind of a discussion.
It's
That's
all
right.
right.
We have a plan. We can do
Yes.
it on the way.
Jules, I care deeply about your father. He was my friend and helped save my life. I didn't.
Then let's go deal with the situation so we can get him out of there.
Yes. And I have made an oath to protect all of you. I will make sure that I die first before any of your family. And no one's going to die on this.
Wait, you're bringing an oath into this?
I made an oath before this
He
whole
literally
thing.
wears a
That is
mask
why I'm
and
here.
has a sled dog. He's definitely
You,
the
you
kind of
tell
person that would make an
her.
oath.
Okay.
There's
Why
some
are you
backstory.
surprised?
I'll get the vertibird running. Says Marion.
I'll go with you.
The oath is not a new thing. Do not disown my oath.
He also doesn't
I
know how
didn't.
old he is, so I don't know why you're surprised.
You have a very abrasive
I don't know why you're surprised,
to
Jerry.
oaths.
Wait, what?
I sense you have an abrasiveness to oaths.
Just
No,
abrasive.
just
The
Oh,
vertibird
that's
takes
just
off.
the whole.
You're flying.
That's just the whole thing.
Marion asks, where are we going?
Columbus.
All right.
He leans
To a
over.
terrible land.
Wold leans over. to-
No! Ohio! It's so flat and there's
not
construction
flying.
everywhere.
Wold would say to
Nobody
Margie
can
when they have like a
drive.
moment by themselves, "You did good job back there. I think it helped.
Oh, what?
Your suggestion.
Oh.
You should speak up more often."
About seducing somebody?
No. He like pulls you in. He gave a
It's okay, guys. I'm
It was a
jacked up
good
on
suggestion, but it
NyQuil right
also, I
now.
think, directed the conversation a little bit. And I think it helped.
Yeah, they were fighting, so.
Yeah. And I think they're just hurt and upset, and they have a lot of just stuff going on. I didn't have a
Yeah.
troubled youth, but, like, I get it.
I understand.
I have ripped the wolf's jaw open.
I killed an entire band of raiders.
Wow. That's
like 12
metal.
years. It was-
I mean,
That's
that's
rock.
definitely
metal.
that's definitely a thing that could cause trauma, and you should.
It
I'm
was
glad-
12 years ago.
Yeah, I'm glad
so,
you're dealing
you
with
know.
it and like moving
It
past
was-
it. And it was weird. Oh my gosh. All right.
It was a what?
Yeah. No, it was. I mean, it was pretty amazing to take down a whole raider group.
I mean, they did raid my family's farmstead, so
I mean, yeah.
understandable.
Anyway, good job, Margie.
Thanks.
Oh, yes. All right. We should probably stop talking and look natural. Or we talk about something else.
Look natural.
Man, I can't believe
Trey's
there's so
looking
many
at you
times
guys
of
from-
jams.
You guys are sitting like right across, like we're like they can't hear us if we whisper. We're sitting right here. I think they're onto us.
Marty's power
Look
is like
natural.
set really high for the volume because she talks so quietly.
Tabs is impossible
stuff
to
and everyone hears.
talk quietly. She can be quiet because she's sneaky, but talking, she can't be quiet.
Man, you make jams out of like jellies and berries and
No,
things?
jams and jellies are different.
Oh, I know, but like you make it out of like berries. That's not something that we do.
Right.
Just to make sure that people think that's what they've been talking about.
Berries and fruits.
Berries and fruits. We just do mycelium.
Mushrooms?
Yes.
What?
Like you
is
make
that?
a jam out of mushrooms?
Yes, we do.
Do you add sugar?
Yeah, I mean, when we can get it.
Is it good?
I don't know if sugar and mushrooms goes.
Well, usually it's
prefer
a
mushrooms,
syrup
like-
that we add to it.
If you roast it in Brahmin butter in a skillet over the fire,
Most Brahmin are too big and terrifying to milk.
What?
are you sure those are Brahmin and not something
Rip
else?
a bear's jaw off. No problem.
Yeah.
Ramen? Oh no.
Oh, I don't mess with the mutated cows.
I've milked Brahmin.
Oh.
My
they're-
family had a
the
whole
woolly
farm.
Brahmin
We had
and dark?
Brahmin, we had horses, we had donkeys, we
okay.
had whatever
Well-
animals would have survived in the Fallout universe canonically.
No horses though. 'cause
No!
Remember, all the Kentuckians.
We
have them.
had
and Finley.
Brahmin. We had a dog at one point.
No,
Oh, we have
that
dogs.
works.
Yeah.
Or wolves.
I have a feeling mules would
domesticate
survive.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, but
no,
I don't think
they
mules
can't.
can reproduce.
I know. That's
For
why
some
I said
reason,
that.
I think
because it'd be
that's
funny.
why.
It's just like,
I think
I don't
that's
know how they
mule.
live.
Wait,
No, when
ghoul mule.
ghoul mules are fertile.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
because it's like mutated,
Well,
so like
two infertilities make a fertility, and everyone's like, no.
Yeah.
That's the kicker. Mules are just like, man, things suck.
I mean,
for us
mules
right
do
now, and
kick
the bombs
things, so
drop,
that
and
is a
they're like,
kicker.
Oh, this is great.
I actually love this environment.
And we're just like, yeah, that's a horse. Looks like a mule to me. I don't know what a horse is, but mules are the big equine today.
Oh dear.
we had
Some
well,
of them
chickens.
glow,
chickens
you
would
know.
survive.
Chicken survive.
Chickens would
Oh, yeah,
survive
chickens
the
survive.
apocalypse.
I love that
100%.
chicken survived.
Oh yeah, we
Absolutely.
had chickens. We had I don't know what other animals are on a farm. Pigs.
I don't think those lived.
No
Rib
bacon.
pigs.
No bacon. Brahmin and chickens
Yep.
and
Yep.
ghoul mules and dogs
Mule.
and some what's it called when you farm plants
Fields?
that grow.
Horticultural or baby?
Horticultural.
We should probably get going to the
We're
double
flying.
soldiers.
You are
We're
flying
flying.
to Columbus
Yeah, we're
already.
flying.
And while doing so,
We're having haha filler conversation.
Marion
content.
would call to you, Margie. Margie, you can fly.
Yep.
Okay, take the controls.
Just
And she would let go of the controls for a second.
Wait.
And the entire vertebrate.
You can fly, Grandma. Whoa. It's like when you're like in the car with a parent and they're like, grab the wheel, and you're like, what?
Hold on, I'm trying to get something really.
Old like leans over to Jules and says, "Is she all right?"
She's right here.
She's like,
holding the. Are you all right?
I certainly hope so. Yes.
That's good.
I'd trust her more than anyone on this plane.
I don't know what that means with what just happened, but I'm going to take it as a good thing.
Jerry's not a high bar.
Okay.
Doctors are saying that my violent episodes are decreasing as time has progressed.
She's really working on herself.
Cool. Also back there, I mean, I'm not picking sides. I hope you know that.
Didn't think you were.
Good.
There's only two sides out here. People like,
The cold and the hot?
yeah,
Yes.
but
the
different.
Highlanders and then the strange Warmlanders.
I was going to say people that just want to nuke everyone, like Margie's father, and the people that don't want that to happen. I think everyone on this plane is in the latter camp. And other things are going on that make it seem like we're on different sides.
It's almost like war never changes.
Oh, I need to take a nap.
You got a few hours.
Okay.
I'd like to think that
Big
Will just
plane.
curls up like a cat in the
I'm going, he does that.
Studies show it does increase productivity, but keep it under 30 minutes.
I don't have a clock.
I might have one.
Oh,
I'm going to dig out her pack and find an old alarm clock.
okay.
You just have that?
Yes. How do you think I wake up on time every day?
Sheer
Rise
grit?
with the sun.
Like
Yeah.
the rest of us?
I'm going to find a good place
In this
to
economy, no.
sleep. He goes over where Margie
Is
is
there
and
even
does,
an economy?
because someone let go of the thing, I'm just paranoid, so I'm just gonna like, he goes to like a seat and just like gets onto it and just, he's probably too big and then just, so you can't see anything. Cat.
So Margie's in the pilot seat, and a lump is
There's a
in the
huge,
co-pilot
just like,
seat.
The lump.
probably not even silent seat, might be like right behind. So like, in case Margie just like lets go, he's like, nah! And he will use, if I'm
I don't know how to
correct,
fly this thing.
his one pilot skill, his one pilot skill, and his very
I
bad
think this
sight.
is the wheel. Can't land, so someone better.
This thing
Figure that
can
life
go
out.
over ice, right?
Someone better figure their life out.
The dogs do most of the steering when I usually drive.
Hair.
Julian. I have a feeling that's not the first discussion like that you've had with the good doctor.
No, yeah, I
Good.
always
Good doctor.
see eye to
Why
eye.
do you call me good?
Neutral chaotic doctor, please.
The chaotic neutral doctor.
Art the love chaotic neutral doctor.
Ian and I don't always see eye to eye. It's mostly worth keeping around anyway.
Mostly.
I find it incredibly odd that you don't see eye to eye, despite the fact that you were agreeing on what exactly to do.
He and I have different ways of getting to the methods sometimes.
Well, you got there, and not everyone can say the same. He's a Volti, right?
Right.
Seems like it.
Smart as hell. He's got that going for him at least.
Vaulting. Makes sense.
It's good that you're here.
Yeah. Most of your family is safe. And it's like Martin said, the rest of them are going to get out, even if we have to abandon Excelsior.
Been missing the get your act together pep talks. Got too tired of talking to your flowers instead.
They were better listeners.
Not a high bar.
So meet it.
Okay. I can listen as well as a petunia. What you got?
Well, once Wold gets up from his nap, I'm going to take the alarm clock again and set it to an hour. And when that hour is up, you're going to apologize to him.
To Fletcher
Sure.
for being right.
You weren't listening. You were both right. You were just angry while doing so.
If
You
you'd seen the
agreed.
number of plans this man has sabotaged, you would agree.
Faulty. And yet he's still around. Why?
Probably doesn't trust us. Wants to keep an eye on things for himself.
I mean, that's fair.
I'm under no illusions where I stand with the doctor. He's not here because he likes any of us.
He was here for Frankie.
He was there for Frankie, and now he's not sure where he's here for, or if he even should stay. So he's leaning on his distrust, and, well, that's got him right here.
Leaning on his distrust. Say it with me now. Faulty. Oh, come on. Listen. You're always welcome to keep an eye, but you're trying to do something different than the Enclave of the past. You're trying to, I was going to say for once in your life, for the second time in your life, you're trying to be winsome.
I think
He's
that's
a-
more Martin's job.
It's all of our jobs. And it is absolutely yours, too. Not in a schlocky way either, but in an honest way.
If I can convince Polis, I'll let the winsomeness back to him. I'm just trying to get him there,
Who's him?
Martin.
Martin will do fine.
Don't suppose I could get you to write that speech instead.
You should know by now I have at least 5 copies of various speeches I can break out.
Wanna get one of them oral?
Sure. I'll take a look at it. I'm going to talk to the doctor first. I think... Odd way of putting it, but I think I want to show him that there are other Frankies out there. Who was Frankie to you? I never met him.
You would have liked him.
Wow.
He was a good man. He saw a way forward that I didn't. I had this crazy dream about starting a diner, of all things. We could play
Like-
music for all the people coming through.
A diner? Like a place with a health inspector score of 62?
Yeah, I think he'd probably keep it a little higher than that, if we still had health inspectors. But he had this way of making everyone else see the dream along with him. Making everyone else feel like they're in one of those red leather boots listening to him play. I hadn't seen the way forward that clearly since Silas pitched Palm Book. That's why Jerry's hurting right now. Also happened to be the one person who saw the way forward for Jerry. The doctor.
Well, it sounds like the best thing we can do is increase that number.
I'm not Frankie. I don't see a way forward.
And yet
I'm-
you still step. You might not know a way, but you do know the direction.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get us all there.
Of course you are.
Just don't ask me to do more than that. I don't know if I can take more than that.
You'll have what you need. This would be a great time where I would probably call you out for undergoing on this whole plan to freeze everything, apparently.
A little at a time.
Right. But part of that little is going to be a garden I very much so care about, and I'm putting that on the side because I believe in bigger things than that.
I'll help you plant, I'll help you weed. Make it up.
I'll make sure and bring your plasma pistol with you. Weeds get intense.
Yes, please.
All right. Well,
We'll show him what for.
of course. Might need a flame or two. Always come
Keep one on
prepared.
hand. Put it on the belt right next to my gardening shears. Maybe a handy trowel.
That's right. You're ready.
If you want to go talk to the doc, by all means.
I certainly will attempt to.
Gonna go make sure my information's all in order for the vote.
Of course. I'll make it fluffy. But having the cold, hard facts is certainly worthwhile. Odysseus will appreciate that.
I know not everyone's going to read them, but it's pretty convincing if you do.
And even if you don't, people like seeing that there's footnotes. And works cited. Keeping the several centuries old tradition of a works cited page intact. You're doing the Lord's work.
Or the enclaves, at least.
Yeah. Wish me luck. Marion, who you have not really interacted with whatsoever, is going to take a seat next to you on the boxbird. What was your experiment?
Well, it was a roundabout thing where we were the scientists, but we were actually the subjects.
I hear they've done that one a couple times now.
Yeah, we were trying to create a super chem. We succeeded, but a lot of people died to get there.
Who did you care about there?
My brother.
I think I heard a little bit about him from Julian's briefings.
She always had such a stick-upper. Never mind. Just,
What did Wold say? Stick in the hole?
We'll just say, yeah, stick in the mud.
I don't know.
I heard that.
I was about to like say, we're bad nothing, Julian.
Oh, it's okay. I created a character with flaws.
I'll
I know.
Couldn't be me.
I'll cut right to it with her. Her family is not like yours. And right now, she is an absolute perfectionist. And
Right now,
trust me, she's let some things pass that I wouldn't call 100%. Mainly artwork. But right now, she is lashing out at any possible risk. She's on the warpath. And she's doing it for a good reason. But
you're just telling me to
He's
stop egging her on. Warpath. We don't have a Frankie to cool things down. You're telling me to stop.
And I'm not telling you anything right now. I just wanted to find out what your vault experiment was. How long were you out of the vault? Out of the vault, though. A vault.
Going on about 10, 11 years.
And what did you do before all this, then?
I had a small clinic in Michigan, Lansing. I was actually Julian's doctor.
Oh. Is that why you two don't get along?
I don't know.
Well, Lansing, of course, was more her territory, but would have been nice to have probably met you before all this.
I doubt it.
Whew.
I wasn't always as charming as I am now. I'm sure you noticed.
Vault 57.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I tried to stop it. I was one of the people that tried getting in there, actually, a couple times.
And I was probably one of the people that helped stop you.
I only asked politely and received a very curt no every time. Maybe one of those was you.
There's a good chance. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm glad you got out alive.
Yeah.
I know every time a vault goes over, there's a very high chance of, well,
Yeah.
no one getting out alive.
Yep. I'm sorry. I just. Look, Frankie would probably want me to apologize to Julian. I just needed a minute to cool down. I don't know. Sometimes she just makes me feel like Pete's little brother again.
You grew up in an environment that wanted to condition into you the thought that there is no one else out there, that everything that you have is all that is around you, and anything outside of that is discounted. Julian's from the same kind of background. It sounds like Frankie was a great guy.
He reminded me I was more than just Radamanthus's little brother.
Your brother went by the name Radamanthus?
He did.
Oof, I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't worry. I went by Minos until he replaced me.
Oh boy.
Family baggage there is immense.
Still salty about that one.
Right. I would be too. Well, I've been trying to think of a really complicated and memorable way to say this, but there's not. Your vault gave you the tools to make a massive difference in this world, but it gave you the wrong direction. It sounds like you've already figured out hints of what the right direction are. I mean, a clinic is a huge deal. Right now, we're fighting against a rather stubborn faction of closed-minded morons who think that they can save the world by killing it.
Which faction?
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. You've got the right tools, as I said. Call it out when you see it. And just be the guy that saves the world by actually saving it. And sometimes that might mean apologizing, because you actually are on the same page. As far as I'm aware.
Yeah, just give me a few minutes. I'm still really angry with her.
Unchecked power to the Overseer. That was mine. It was simple, but not fun.
What role were you?
Hmm?
What role did you play?
I was the doctor's daughter. I left when I was a teenager.
I know what that's like.
No. We're done with that whole unchecked power to people that are just going to abuse it, right?
Yep.
Good. You've got a little bit of power now. Use it well.
What power is that? Friendship? Don't tell me that.
I was going to say sass, but sure. Friendship works too. That faction stroke was great. Use that.
All right.
I think we're descending at a rather dangerous attack velocity right now. I'm going to go check in on Margie. All right. And
Wood
with
does
what's
put on
that?
like a cat and he sleeps. He maybe has nasal troubles.
Can't wake him up. It hasn't been 30 minutes yet.
Oh, sleep apnea.
Margie, pull up on the yoke ever so slightly. You're about to crash.
Okay.
Good job.
Crash? Yeah? Huh? Are we crashing?
We're fine.
What? Oh, him? He's new.
He doesn't even go here.
I think his dad was a bear.
But, Margie, are you talking about a literal bear here?
I think so.
You just hear him murmur, scars to prove it.
It's a strange country up there.
It's pretty strange up here too.
Oh, come on. Not that strange, right?
My reference for normal is jam sales.
That's normal.
And there's something called a Santa here.
Santa's everywhere.
Yeah.
Wait, what have they told you about Santa? I need to correct this. Margie, have I got a story for you? Here, take this water. She's going to give you a bottle of purified water.
Thanks.
Okay.
Hold on. Everyone else is thirsty. I'll be right back.
She's just like,
She does, in fact, have a lot of water.
everyone is
Yes.
thirsty.
And with that,
Sensitive.
sorry, I was hoping for a more dramatic place to end the story, but right now we're just flying.
I
Next
really
week,
like
the Doppel
that.
Soldiers. We will see you all then. Thank you for session.